Hello, everybody. How you all doing? What's up? We have a very, very exciting moment right here that is gonna about to start with Frank and the Nigerian perspective. All right, I give you the stage, sir.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I am Frank Steve. You can see the new username I'm using, Bliss of Jihad. Oh, it's the name of a new channel I started anyway. But yeah, we are. I'm happy to be on this channel. It's been a while. When was the last time I was here? It's like almost a year ago.
Man, you've been busy.
I have, and things have gotten better in Nigeria. Things go way better, too better actually. So that's why we are here again.
No, okay.
They left Israel. They
No,
left Israel.
you know what you know what I'm waiting for. You know what I'm waiting for,
Okay.
sir.
She's waiting for the part where I said that she asked me one time about Nigeria and how the Christians are faring in Nigeria, and I said we are doing well. It's not that
Just one.
a couple of times, maybe 2 times. I don't think it's more than two.
No.
And I said Nigeria is fine. We are doing well. We thank God. Things are going well, but things are no longer going well. So that's
yes.
But,
all right, so now
in everything we are grateful to God. Okay, in everything, it's still here is the interesting part, right? Last year in Nigeria, it was kind of like this. Like last year around this period, around this, like when it gets to November, December, October, it was kind of like this. The same thing in 2023. In 2023, around during Christmas Eve was where we had the notorious Plateau State attack. I don't know if you guys are aware of that one. Happened, I think it was in 2023 or in 2024 on the eve of Christmas. I think either 2023 or 2024 that happened. So it's usually like that around this period. So kind of, just putting it out there. Then by January it's going to slow down, and then maybe during Easter it's going to peak, and then it slows down again. Then by December, so they wait for Christmas Christian holidays. When the holiday periods for Christians are approaching, they kind of increase their jihadi activities. And the difference now is kind of the will I call it Trump's involvement, or how he kind of made it mainstream, and everybody's talking about it because of Donald Trump. So I guess kind of make people some people are realizing for the first time the nature of what is going on in Nigeria. So those are kind of
including Frank, who lives in Nigeria.
I've always been aware of what is going on in the country. Okay.
By the way, for the record, Nigeria is huge.
Yes.
And a lot of Israelis are not even aware what's going on in the next village. So, and you can walk to the next village, and you can hide like a mountain of dead bodies there, and nobody would notice.
It's kind of like Lagos. In Lagos, you might be looking. There's somebody you are looking for, and is living in the next street, and you still will not find the person. And Lagos is one of like the smallest states. Like you can compare Lagos in size with Israel. So.
Yeah. So exactly. So you have an excuse, and so we forgive you.
I forgive myself. I am forgiven. There's nothing to forgive. Okay.
You guys, we're just warming you up, because I'm guessing like at some point it's not going to be such a funny conversation anymore.
I guess I hope not to make it too heavy. Even though that's
but you're talking to an expert. You know how good Jews are making fun, like making jokes. Do you want to hear a Holocaust joke?
No, I don't want to hear a Holocaust joke.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one.
All right, let me hear it.
So the joke goes like that. The Holocaust is actually 3 Jewish holidays combined. You eat like on Yom Kippur.
Okay.
You dress like on Purim.
Mm-hmm.
You live like in Sukkot.
Mm-hmm. Is that the joke? I don't even get it. You see, I know I was not
so
going to get
it. I'll explain. It's why they're combined. So on Yom Kippur, you don't eat. It's a fast.
Okay.
On Purim, you wear a costume, so you look ridiculous.
Okay.
In Sukkot, you live outside the house in a temporary home.
Oh. That is
So you don't eat, you don't have clothes, and you don't have
oh,
a
okay, okay,
home.
okay, okay. I get the joke now.
Huh? Amazing.
Joke now. It's not that amazing, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, now that we talked about it,
Mhm.
what's going on? What is
Um,
it from your perspective, from the Nigerian perspective?
well, it depends. There are many questions people have with regards to what's going on in Nigeria. The first question is what is going on in genocide? I think that's like the question that many Nigerians debate it. People outside of Nigeria have also thrown themselves into the debate. You have publications like the BBC doing their best to defend jihadis, telling us that
Mm-hmm,
what is going on in Nigeria is not a genocide, even disputing those who have brought out reports listing kind of giving us figures of people who have been killed, the numbers. They released this article where they kind of tried to debunk it,
mm-hmm,
showing that it was a fraudulent report. I don't know how successful they were, but I even would not want to come at this from the numbers debate. But yeah, you have the BBC doing that. Then you have Al Jazeera using their favorite argument. This is not religious conflict. This is economic resource based
yeah,
conflict. It's essentially
yeah.
caused by climate change. Then you have the Rolling Stone. The Rolling Stone also got themselves involved. I don't know who said the Rolling Stone should leave talking about the latest celebrity gossip. And then they're like, yeah, okay. I guess it's because of Nicki Minaj. Yeah, it was because of Nicki Minaj that the Rolling Stone decided, okay, we are going to talk about this. And essentially,
Nicki Minaj was always based. People don't
right?
know it, but she always had like she was always like she had like a base, strong. Sometimes weird life choices, but
Yeah, so the Rolling Stone did their publication where they essentially said they just repeated the same thing that Al Jazeera said and quoted.
mhm, mhm,
The funny part about the Rolling Stone article is that they quoted officials of from Nigeria, like the federal government officials in Nigeria, people who are trying to deny what is. They quoted them and then they didn't quote any other person. It's just the only people you should listen to is the government's official narrative. Then you have CNN. CNN really went above and beyond. They had like multiple segments with this. I've forgotten the name of this. Is he Indian guy now? Yeah. So he was essentially trying to explain that this is not
mhm.
it's not a genocide. It's just it's multifaceted. It's complicated. Genocide is a simple narrative. Blah 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 blah.
Wait, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's. I want to give you everybody's perspective and then give you my own. So my perspective is from what is obvious is for us to
Mhm,
decide whether this is a genocide or not. Let's instead of doing this, let's look at let's take for me, I believe if you can give 2 or 3 examples, right, where these people, whether you call them the Fulani jihadis or whether you call them Boko Haram or you call them ISWAP or Ansaro or whatever name, we have like 22 in this country, so we are doing well. I don't know how many you have in Israel, but we have 22, so we are doing very well.
wow.
Yeah, we
In
have 22.
Israel,
No,
every
in Nigeria.
family name has its own organization.
Oh, in Nigeria we have 22. So we have 22 terrorist organizations operating here. And Arewa, northern part of the country has a reputation of, we call them the terrorist factory in Nigeria. In the southern part, people have tech startups, they have like fashion lines, something like that. In the north, they're like, let's bring up a new name of this recent terror organization we just constituted. So, but regardless of what their names, whatever name they bear, let's just look at instances of some of their attacks. If we can find in any attack, whether it is 2 or 3, no matter the number of casualties, if we can find where we can see one that there is a target on Christians, the Christians are being singled out. If you can see that one example of that, where Christians are being singled out, and not singled out because of their resources or anything, but singled out because of their religion. If you can find one, and we can see that the goal here is to inflict harm or try to destroy the Christian population in that location, then what we are dealing
Mhm.
with is an act of genocide. Again, people in Nigeria and also the government, when they make their counter argument, try to say, oh, this is not state sponsored, as if for it to be genocide. I don't know where this definition came from, that for something to be genocide, it has to be state sponsored. No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to
It
be this.
is state sponsored.
we can make the argument for state sponsorship, but then you can that will always, like, it can get difficult, like, because people are going to bring counter argument, and then it becomes very, very obfuscating.
Right.
I like to keep it simple. To something that, okay, if we can agree on this
First
one.
of all,
Mhm.
I would make two arguments. First, you can argue that the northern parts, or the parts controlled by Islam, have their own governance system and their own police system, and therefore it's a state-sponsored, because they are a state. They are not under the main control of the main Nigerian official state of Nigeria. So when it comes to practicality, this is one argument. And the second argument, that even the other state, right, where you have their own police, they look the other way and facilitate it.
Yeah, we can make the argument, but again, like I said, I just want to start with something very simple that will not get, because if you make the argument that the government is like the northern government or the northern governors and their state apparatus, they are kind of facilitating behind this, then you get people, like, especially in this part of the world, like in Nigeria, you get people coming up with, oh, it's not true, this did not happen, we never did this. You have northern government officials releasing statements up and down. So let's not.
Okay. So because as a Jew,
okay,
I describe myself like we are the genocide experts. Because I think Jews coined the term. Denial is part of genocide, right? Like
yes.
what you're saying right now, it's literally part of the description.
Yes.
So
yeah, but then let me just make an argument that none of them will refuse, would contend with. That's what I'm trying to do. Start with something simple and then build on it. Okay, so if we can find 2 or 3 instances of this, where these organized groups, whether they are private individuals, whether they are terrorist organizations, whatever you want to call them, are doing this, and it is happening in this country, then we can say for a fact that this is genocide. So let's look at what happened in Yelwata. It happened this year. Over 300 people were killed. The attack took place in a Christian community, and this has happened in Benue State. And in Benue State, over 50 communities in Benue State, over 50 communities in a state that is 99% Christian, have been displaced by these bandits. Many of them have had to flee. Churches have been burnt, and those places have been taken over by these Fulani militias. They have been renamed. So they took over these towns, 50 of them, renamed them, burned the churches, sent the people away, and now they are occupying those territories right now in Nigeria as we speak.
Wait. I want to say something. I thought of one argument of why it wouldn't be a genocide.
Okay.
Or ethnic cleansing or anything, right? So on one side, you have Islam, on the other, Christianity. Can you really claim that a bunch of animals are genociding people? Like, you cannot say, like, if hyenas start eating people, can you call it a genocide? It's hyenas.
I did not make that. I did not make that argument. Please, you have to understand that I live in Nigeria. Don't call our precious citizens animals.
What? You're in Africa. What do you want? There are hyenas.
Okay, well, that aside. And
if hyenas act like hyenas, what do you want? You cannot blame them for genocide, right?
Well, they don't have agency, apparently.
You can only blame the stupid people who don't stop them.
Yeah, for not taking heed. That there is that. But back to
see, I found one argument against the claim of genocide.
Anyways, that argument aside, which I know nobody is going to.
I think it's a solid argument.
Nobody's going to appeal
because
to
everything else you brought up was false. So I wanted one that's true.
Nobody's going to make that argument except you.
I made it. What do you mean no one? Am I no one to you, Frank?
I said except you. Okay, anyway, so
yeah. If there is a zombie apocalypse and the zombies are starting to kill humans, are you gonna say it's a genocide? Or do you call it a zombie apocalypse?
I call it a zombie apocalypse. So that's
exactly. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can argue.
But do you know animals that scream Allahu Akbar?
I think hyenas go.
Hyenas do before they attack. They shout Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, just in Aina language.
They don't use Arabic,
I'm
huh?
just kidding. I don't want to insult hyenas. I know hyenas are awful, but like not that bad.
Exactly. Let's not do that to the hyenas, the precious
I
hyena.
know.
That's pre-
That's like-
it is
So I
unfair.
think the zombie apocalypse is more. So just a zombie apocalypse,
I think it's also,
apocalypse.
I think
Who
it's
is it?
also,
The zombies shouting Allahu Akbar.
I think the zombies will not be happy with that either. I think they too self will feel insulted.
Whatever, like whatever. We need to invent like a new category. But can we agree that like if you argue in that direction, which makes a lot of sense
Mm-hmm.
and is logically sound, and reasoning, like the reasoning is solid that you can argue it's not a genocide. It's like it's either this or that. That's the only two options,
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned.
It's a genocide. It was conducted by human beings, human hyenas, or human zombies, or human whatever category you want to put it. It's a human category. Okay, these people ride. Do you know any non-human that ride bikes and come in bikes and shoot guns?
Okay, but can we agree? Like, okay, so you know the story in Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So they eat from the fruit, and that made them godlike. So this is the point where they turned human, right?
Okay.
So what actually turned them from animals to humans is the fact that they ate from the tree of knowledge, and they gained self-awareness.
But
They
prior,
were naked and they were embarrassed about it. This is the thing, right? I just want to argue that these people don't have any of that.
I don't think your Genesis argument is compelling because prior to them eating
Why?
the it's not because prior to Adam eating the fruit, he was able to name the animals. I think you have to
Well, it's the same as they can also name stuff.
animals
Like
can
the
name.
renaming the village names from something human to Islamic.
So they were like Adam. They had the nature of Adam, and then that's what
They
it
had
had.
like it's like something between crocodiles and I know
Please let's not be Islamophobic. Let's respect pious Muslims. Okay, please. Let's not.
the ones that cut heads.
Yes, let's be
You know
respectful.
what? Because I want to apologize to you started with an apology and I want to apologize as well. Right. So I
Okay.
want to apologize to my viewers because I've made a claim that, when Islam reached Indonesia, it was somewhat of a betterment because at least they weren't cannibalistic anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right? They stopped being cannibals. But I stand corrected because the amount of cannibalism I've seen from Muslims lately had made me realize that I was wrong and I apologize. Okay,
Alhamdulillah.
right.
All
Or we
right.
can agree that in a zombie apocalypse, you cannot say that the zombies are cannibalistic. That's the other option.
Right.
I give you two good options. I don't see the problem. It's the good options. It's either there is a genocide or it's a zombie animal hyena like
When you said I give you two good options, you just remind me of Sheikh Asim.
yeah, beautiful good options.
I give you two good options. He came to Nigeria recently, right? Like last week, he came to Nigeria for a conference about Islam and I think is it unity or so. So yeah, he came to.
They all share exactly one cell of brain, like one neuron, all of them. Once you get bitten, you are part of the one neuron.
Alhamdulillah, it's a scientific miracle. Anyways, so when you look at what happened in Yelwata, when you look at what happened in Plateau State on Christmas Eve, when you look at examples of that, it is undeniable that one, these people were targeting Christian communities, and they were doing so because they were Christians. There is an example of one that happened of this story that happened in Benue, not Benue State, in Plateau State during one of these attacks. Okay, during one of these attacks, there is this imam. I think is Imam Abdul. I've forgotten the name of the imam. So the imam wanted to save Christians in the community that were being attacked, and the only way he could save them was by keeping them in his mosque. Now, the funny thing about Muslims is that they don't think. So when people were bringing up the accusation that what is going on in the Middle Belt was a genocide, they brought this as an example that, you see, Muslims are very friendly. Muslims protect.
Yeah, you just said it. Muslims don't think. That was my argument.
Well, before we get to your argument, let's
No, that was I told you two good options.
let me finish my argument. Now, that's what's happened with that imam is a good example that what is happening is targeting Christians, because why the people who were staying in his mosque were not attacked is that the attackers thought they were Muslims because they were in the mosque. If they were not in the mosque, they would have been, fair game for these attackers. And they respected the imam. They respect the sacredness of the mosque. That's why they didn't attack those people there. So it doesn't show Islamic tolerance as much as it shows this is Muslims targeting non-Muslims, especially Christians, and respecting only letting them go when they hide in mosques. And I'm very sure if that imam had, although I don't think he's still alive, if he had continued such practice, his mosque would be the next target, because then he's just becoming friends with the unbelievers. And when you are, according to what Allah Muhammad told his followers, anyone who is friends with the Jews and Christians,
with us,
they've become
people like us.
Yeah, exactly. So when you do that, you become one with them, and very soon the imams of the jihadists are going to tell them, see, this imam that hides Christians in his mosque is now one with them, so he's fair game. So all of this goes to show that this is something that is being targeted. This is instances of Christians being targeted. There is a story of a woman was telling, she escaped this attack, right? And but her husband was killed. Now, before her husband was killed, they called her, and we are talking to her before killing her husband, and they told her, where is your God now? As they were about to kill her husband, they were asking her, where is your God now? That is an example of genocidal killing. I don't know how else you would describe this. They were killing this person because this person is a Christian. This has nothing to do with resources. The bandits, for example, the ones that do kidnappings, you hear about the 300 students that were kidnapped from a Catholic school in Niger State, the 24 that were kidnapped in a Muslim school in Kebbi State, and then the 38 that were kidnapped in a church. This happened like last week, 3 attacks in 1 week, right? Mm-hmm. These bandits, they receive huge sum as ransom. Like, many of them demand like millions as ransom. And but so if their problem is poverty, the money that they receive as ransom is enough to settle them for life. It's enough to say, okay, you know what, we've got this money, we are fine. We don't even need to do this again. We are settled for life. The amount they demand, if you know how much these people demand, and they get paid. Sometimes they have peace treaties with the communities, and the communities sell almost everything they have and give it to the bandits. If what these people want is just money, they are just poor, they want to make a living, then they should take that money and do something meaningful with their lives with it. But no, these people still dress in rags. The only thing expensive on them is the ammunitions they have. So what are they trying to do? They're not trying to enrich themselves, clearly. They're trying to carry out...
Sir.
Yeah?
Do you expect it to be a proper genocide without gaslighting?
Right.
What are you so angry about?
It just sometimes can get really frustrating when you see like the petty lies that, especially the Nigerian...
They're being professional.
For another interesting thing to note is this is like recent development in Nigeria. You will hear, I don't know if you are aware, the 24 students that were kidnapped in Kebbi State have been returned. They've been released, or like the government said, they've been rescued. And the worshippers in the church, the 34 that were kidnapped, have been rescued, right? But then the federal government failed to give us the detail of this rescue operation. What happened? Where are the bandits? All we see are the rescued abductees, but where are the bandits? What happened to them? There is no story about the bandits, no story whatsoever. And then we had Onanuga, somebody who works for the current administration, went on television and told the nation that they called the bandits. They know their location. They know where they were located. And they called them and told them to release This story is so funny. I can't believe it came out from from a politician with good sense. Uh, that they called the bandits and told them that they better release the people that they've abducted, or they will rain hell on them. And the bandits just obliged. I'm like, really? It went down like that? You told them? And then this is the funny thing. He said that the reason why they had to call the bandits instead of going in guns blazing was because they didn't want to kill the abductees. Okay, and I'm like, okay, so the bandits know that you cannot go in there and just start shooting sporadically because you don't want to kill the abductees. So they know they have a leverage against you. So you cannot just attack them. You know their location because you know they are holding these people you want to rescue, and they will use them as human shields, of course. And they just had you, and then you issue a threat at them, and they're like, "Yeah, let them go." And then they let them go, and you did not attack them. Like, what exactly is what kind of story are you telling? Or is it that what happened was the Nigerian government paid them? Paid. It was a host.
You know that Western countries do it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, Nigerian government, they're learning from the best, of course. So what happened? What most likely happened was that the Nigerian government paid these people. The funny thing is that they were denying it, and then the bandits released a statement saying, "Yes, we were paid." So, welcome to Nigeria.
They had to protect their honor. But like, okay, I want to ask a question. Do you have like this mind sickness phenomena called the leftists in Nigeria? Like Christians denying that there is a genocide, or
we have Christians who deny it, but they're not denying it because they are leftist. What we have in Nigeria is, okay, there are many among the people who deny what is going on in the country. There are people of different, they do it for different reasons, right? You have the, wait, give me a second, give me a second.
If you are going.
Sorry.
Yes.
I forgot to plug my my. So anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that we have like different categories of people when it comes to do with those who are denying the genocide. We have those who are from the north. That's those who are terrorist sympathizers or even terrorists themselves looking for an opportunity. Because one thing you need to understand is that when you talk about Boko Haram or ISWAP, they're just different shades of the same mentality you find amongst most Muslims in the north. Extremism in northern Nigeria is not a mindset of a few, is a mindset of the most. Just like what you when you say the ideology of Hamas is representative of the sentiment you find among the average Palestinian. It's the same thing that the jihadi mentality of Boko Haram and ISWAP is the same with what you find among most Muslims. I will say it, most Muslims in northern Nigeria, they just come in shades. There are some that are like very dark and some that are lighter. So many of people
don't be a racist.
So many of those who defend this, like they defend it because they support it. They want to see it happen, or some of them have participated in it in one way or another. So that's one. Then you have people in the South who do it because they're trying to curry favor with the current administration. They do it for money. They do it for, political appointments and stuff like that. Amongst them, you'll find many of them. You have people like Femi Fani-Kayode. He's a popular political elite in this country. You have Reno Omokri. He's also a popular political elite in the country from the southwestern part of the country. These are people who, in the past, like you can bring their tweet or their something they wrote in a newspaper article like 2 years ago. In the past, before even Donald Trump got involved, they were calling what was happening in Nigeria and in the Middle Belt a genocide, a Christian genocide. In fact, many of them under the Obama administration paid delegates to go to Obama to tell him that what is happening in Nigeria was a Christian genocide, right? Now that somebody who they like and somebody who they think they can curry favor with is now in power and they think they can, can be on the good side of the current administration, their tone has changed. Now they are singing a different tune. Now they are saying, oh, this is not a Christian genocide. Muslims are also being killed.
Yeah, right? What's wrong with submission? A lot of Tucker Carlsons. Okay, but I have are there people in, let's say, Christians from the South who do it because like they kind of hate Christians in the North or something like that?
Yeah, that brings me to the third set of people who do this.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, these are those who are tribalistic. You see, this country is very, uh, during this period, many people in the country are saying, let's not divide Nigeria, let's not divide Nigeria. But the country is very divided because of the deep tribalistic nature of so many people in the country, especially from the Southwest. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you have people who are very tribalistic and they see the current president of the country as a representative of their tribe because he's a Yoruba man. So because they see him as a representative of their tribe, they do everything to defend him because defending him is seen as defending their tribe. So even though they are Christians, they are tribalistic first. Now, as a believer, you know you're supposed to be a Christian first before your tribe or anything. But for these people, they are tribalistic.
Yeah, but this is how this is how Eastern Christianity was lost.
Exactly. When you put in all this tribal element into the whole thing, it becomes like a tribalistic religion. For so many people, they see it as a tribalistic thing, their Christianity, but whatever. So those people, you see them heavily defend, like some of them are even pastors, prominent pastors, come out and they say.
And how many of them get a stage on Western media?
The current minister for, I've forgotten what ministry he was a former pastor. I think he's still a pastor. And he's from Borno State, which is like the epicenter of Boko Haram. And he works for the current administration. And he has gone on Al Jazeera. He has gone on CNN. He has gone on many stations to say what is happening is not a genocide. Of course, that one is doing it because for political reasons, because he's working for the current administration. And then you have most of the people who make it to Western media are those working for the government. It's not usually the tribalistic ones, mostly those who are working for the government that get pushed out. Say, go and speak on our behalf. I don't know if you saw the debate with the foreign minister, Nigeria's foreign minister, on Piers Morgan.
No.
Oh, it was very interesting. The foreign minister.
Piers Morgan is so.
Yeah, he always finds
unimpressive.
He always finds a way to take advantage of every chaos.
No, but it's like I think I don't think he's the
yeah. He's not. Of course, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Of course, when it has to do with
right.
He went on Piers Morgan and he said that in the past 5 years, only
somebody here is saying, I saw that MJ, the foreign minister of Nigeria, such a snake.
Yes, he said that only 190 something Christians have been killed in Nigeria in the past 5 years. And my mind went, my goodness, in this year alone, in one incident, 300 Christians were slaughtered in Benue State in one incident this year. We're not talking about every other, like there are other smaller ones, but one incident alone is enough to just make the figure that he put out there ridiculous. And this is confirmed by the Nigerian government. But of course, he's on Piers Morgan, so he has to lie. These are the kind of things we find. And that is the situation that is going on right now in the country, in the great country of Nigeria. And one other thing that people seem to, okay.
Can you hear the screaming? Thank you, Jepester here. There are a couple of questions here. Why are Christians in Nigeria blocking the path of the bullets they fired?
Why are Christians...
like why are Christians in the way of the bullets, and why are Christians in the way of the swords and on the way of the, people are just wanting to swing swords, and for some reason the Christians keep putting their heads there.
Right, that's exactly what is going on. If they could just clear their bodies, the bullets won't hit them. It's true. Exactly. It's how it happens. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Please subscribe to our channels. Thank you so much, John. Here, and did the South Africa government file the case at ICJ against the Nigerian government? That's a great question.
I don't think they got funding from Iran to do that. I don't think.
I see. There wasn't a judge that had to cover up a rape case.
Mm.
Anyway, so are Boko Haram people as dumb as Houthis?
Uh they might be, but it's when you are dealing with a superior army that your stupidity can be exposed. But when the people you are dealing with are twice dumb,
I mean, the Houthis are also high.
right?
They're on drugs.
Yeah, the Boko Haram fighters go and use drugs. I don't know. I don't know,
They
but
don't use, or they do? Do you
I
know?
don't know. I really don't know. I've not had any. I've not had
No,
like.
no, the Houthis, it's part of the Yemenite culture. It has nothing to do with fighting. They just chew
Oh,
gut.
okay. Wow, powerful
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, it's like coca, like coca leaves. Frank, what about your film celebrities? You got film industry? Yes, there is a film industry in Nigeria, a really big one, right?
Yeah, big one. They
So
even did it.
how?
There's this movie that came out recently. It's called The Herd, and they kind of show what is happening in the country. I don't know if it is available on Netflix worldwide, but it just came out in Nigeria recently. And are the are the are the actors coming out and saying something about this? Not so many of them. I can't remember any of them that have come out to release a statement concerning what is going on in Nigeria. But we have musicians that have done that. You have like Faz the bad guy. That is the only one that I know of. But
Wait,
actors,
so but the actors are being okay? Like, are they on? Because Hollywood, for example, is like captured.
okay, is the film industry captured? I would say the film industry in Nigeria does not operate as a like it's not group think over there. Like every one of them are like individuals of their own, so they do whatever they want. They
Oh
don't
my
have like
God, really?
yeah, yes. But many of them are keeping quiet because uh Nigeria I call it a democratic dictatorship. So if you want to see the democracy side, there's how you behave. If you want to see the dictatorship side, it depends on the behavior you give to the government. Then they show you which side they want to show you. They might show you the democratic side that respects human rights, and they can show you the dictatorship side that does not respect human rights. So, and these actors are not like myself, I'm only famous on YouTube. These people are famous on the streets. Like I can walk down the streets where I live in, and nobody even knows I'm online talking about what I'm talking about. But these people are recognized everywhere. So when they make statements like that can ruffle certain feathers, they might get the dictatorship side of the government.
Here, people are saying the herd is available on YouTube.
It
Do you
is?
recommend it?
Yeah, I do. I do
Let's.
recommend it. I do
All
recommend
right.
it. It's not completely accurate, but I do recommend it. I mean, when it comes to movies, they don't actually capture it completely, but they do their best, I guess.
Yeah. And Dem, thank you for support, Sardinian conservative. Frank Steven, I used to troll him on Tel server calling him
Or SAS.
lol. Much love.
I, you know the meme, right? If you don't know the
No.
meme, it's a Nigerian meme. The
Oh,
Nigerian,
really?
yes.
Okay. So do we want to get into how horrific the things they're doing are, or
Oh, if you want
do
me
we
to,
just
if you want me to describe horror, I know that's one thing that people on the
like
chat that's
yeah.
like your trademark. So let me give you guys horrific stuff. Uh, and I'm not sure it to be as horrific as what Hamas does to their own people, but we'll see.
Okay,
So
we can start with the basics.
okay,
Shooting and mutilating genitalia.
yes. In fact, they yes they shoot. Yes, sometimes
Raping to the point people's bones are getting break.
yes, even raping people to death. Yes,
Yes, of course, basic. Shooting people faces.
yes, shooting people in their face. In fact, they don't shoot people. Some of them.
Cannibalism.
Wait, before we go to the shooting part, most of them use machetes, and sometimes their machetes are not
Oh yeah,
blunt. So it's kind
they're
of like
blunt weaponry.
yes, hacking people
A
to death.
little bit at the time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes. In like
Very
one hour like that. Yes. Okay.
televising their atrocities. Yes,
Basic filming.
filming, yeah,
celebrating,
yeah,
doing
pop.
it in front of their children,
Oh
family
yeah,
affairs,
yes.
family affairs.
Calling,
Okay.
calling family members before executing the
Mhm.
victim. Call them and let them know
Oh,
we have. Oh,
also calling the family members of the victim.
yes, yes, yes. They do that. They
Yes,
love that
yes.
one very well.
Basic. Cannibalism, you
Cannibal.
didn't say.
I'm not sure about that one. I think they are
Yeah.
very they are halal when it comes to that. They only eat halal foods. Okay, so they don't
Mm.
they don't
All
do
right.
cannibal. Not that I'm aware of. Also, they also like get pregnant women and open them, like
Get
use
the
their
baby out.
get
Yes.
the baby out. And,
Basics.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, they do that
Yes,
one.
of course. Yes. Cutting off opposite like leg and arm.
Repeat that. I'm not sure I got that correctly.
Cutting opposite legs and arms.
I'm not sure about that.
Left leg, right hand, right leg. No.
No, I have
Or,
not. I've not seen. I've not
um.
seen that.
Okay.
It's,
Burning.
they need to learn more from Hamas, of course. That's still.
Baruch Hashem, there is so much to develop. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Burning people alive.
Oh,
Burning in
oh,
general.
of course. They do that one. They even do that one, like that burning people, like just setting people on fire is something that you don't
Yeah.
need Boko Haram for. It's something like that the average Muslim in northern Nigeria have engaged in once or twice, in a like in
Of
5.
course, it's a sport.
Yeah, it's like a religious something. It's Allah, Muhammad commanded it. You do it every once in a while. If not, you
Yeah,
begin to
like
that
that's a good one.
you
Are
actually
human trophies taken? Do people they take body parts as a memorabilia?
they take trophies, but living ones. They don't take dead ones. They take like we have Leah Sharibu.
Like
Leah Sharibu was somebody who
no,
was.
I mean they might take dead ones as well. It's not always the.
I'm
It's
not sure
like
they usually,
it's a niche, it's a niche.
they are developing. They are developing, but they take live trophies for now.
No, yeah, of that.
For that, they like to keep their
Right.
trophies.
Did they feed parents with their children?
No. Usually they
Okay.
don't. They do, of course. They do the first conversion, the first
Oh,
marriages.
okay. Raping everything
Yes, turning their victims
from
to baby factories. They do that one. Yeah, that's selling their into like slave markets in Libya. Of course, they do that one as well.
I mean that's like basic. Yeah. Good
Yeah,
one.
I don't have access to the Libya market, so you can understand that they don't. They may not be
Right.
doing
Okay. Raping everything.
raping everything. I don't know if they rape men, but I know they rape women and girls.
Because they rape men.
Nah, they are yet to. They don't do
They
homosexuality.
rape men and kids.
Yeah, they do. They do kids. They love kids, of course.
But boys as well, right? Because boys is like
I'm not sure. I've not had reports of them raping boys.
you
But
know it's a cultural thing. A lot of times they hide. They hide men rape the most. It's a thing. It's like nobody wants to admit that when men are raped. So it's like it's the first thing that they hide.
Yeah.
Oh,
true.
Yeah. What else is basic?
Somebody is asking, do they do goats? Yeah, no, this has not gotten that much in the north for them to start doing.
By the way, I have Latin slogan for the new crusade. Come the innocents in the tyranny to defend. I don't know what it means.
I don't even know what that means.
But thank you. We cannot pretend to be Latin speakers right now.
So yeah, they do all of that. They do all of that, and I think one of the part that is really I think is important to note is the part the government plays in all of this, especially the Nigerian government, both state and federal level, the role that they play in all of this. That is one that I think we need to talk about. And also we need to talk about atrocities that have been committed, not by jihadi groups, but by just the average Muslim in northern Nigeria. I think we need to...
Everything I just described is the basic kids basic kit. No. I was talking about children here. I'm not talking about that. You thought I was talking about adults who did all that?
No. Well, yes. Like I said,
no. This is the children's version.
Are you serious? I didn't know.
No,
I think
I mean, but like the children participate. The children participate.
of course, especially when it has to do with stonings. You
And
see children,
this is why it's like family participation. First thing first, I asked it, right?
it's
The
something to be
kids are
proud
there to
of.
watch.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they're like they're cheering. The kids are
yes,
cheering usually.
yes,
And then
yeah,
they take parts, like yeah.
yeah. As
And
much
they
as they can.
spit. The kids spit. The kids spit.
You have children as young as 5
Yeah.
participating in this stuff. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah,
let's
yeah.
talk about the government participation in all of this
Wait,
because
wait, wait. I want to
go
also,
ahead.
I just want to note to
Okay,
later to remember before
okay,
the Nigerian. I kind of wonder why do you think America decided to notice?
okay. Yeah,
That's
that is.
later. First, so
Yeah,
whichever one.
let's go. Let's start with the why America. Well, the
Okay.
theories around why America decided to notice. One is America noticing is not. I think so many people think America noticing and talking about what is happening in Nigeria is recent, but it is not recent. During the Chibok kidnapping incidents, you remember the big Bring Back Our Girls campaign. Remember Michelle Obama with the
Hmm.
hashtag Bring Back Our Girls.
Right.
During that period, even the United States has offered assistance to come into Nigeria and see. In fact, I think they also did collaborative work with the Nigerian government to try and rescue some of the girls. I don't know if we'll call them rescue, if what happened in that instance is called a rescue operation or a negotiation, but whatever. They said that it was a rescue operation, so let's take their word for it. But the US have tried in many cases to try and help. And you've had
It's
I,
interesting because the Obama government they wouldn't help the Christians in South Sudan, but it's like they did want to help the Christians in Nigeria, other
Nigeria is more
countries.
significant. You have to know that.
Ah,
I'm
yeah,
not,
it's
I'm
more
not saying this
significant.
to mock Sudan or anything, but in the grand scheme of things,
Yeah,
Nigeria is more significant than Sudan. The two of them, both north and south, put the two of them together, they're not as significant. They have a huge land mass, but they don't have the population. They don't have what
you
we
know
have.
who helped South Sudan? You know who helped the Christians in Sudan?
I am not aware. I'm not familiar with the Sudan situation.
Israel.
Can you imagine? Kudos to the Zionists. And you might interest you to know that many Nigerians are like, is there a way to get BB involved in Nigeria?
It's just a little bit too far for us. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
like
way too
we
far.
went to Sudan, but to help the Christians in Sudan, but
Yeah,
bit
because we
closer.
not, Nigerians are complaining that Trump is all talk and all back and no bite. That's kind of like,
But the crazy with South Sudan is crazy because the Mossad had to walk for days because they were like they walked through the jungle for days to get to them. Something crazy.
wow, I can only imagine. Anyway, so why the US chose to get involved is that they've always been involved. Nigerians have always been going, like they've always sent delegation, whether it is with the ruling party or with the opposition party, to the United States to make certain demands or lobby whatever they want to lobby. So they have always been that communication. Many people like to pretend like it's just sudden, but it is never sudden. Okay, in 2020, Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that was done, and in 2018, he met with President Buhari, late President Buhari, and by President Buhari's account, this is not Trump saying, it was Buhari saying it, that when he went to go and meet, when he had the meeting with Trump, behind closed doors, the first question that Trump asked him is, "Why are you killing Christians in Nigeria?"
Yeah,
So
that's
keep that.
based.
This is not exactly. This is not sudden. And in the statement he released, why Buhari was visiting, one of the statements Trump made was talking about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. And in 2020, all of that culminated in Nigeria being designated a country of particular concern. In response to
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria being designated a country of particular concern, the Buhari administration came out and admitted that what Boko Haram and ISWAP were doing is targeting Christians. They admitted it after Nigeria was designated a country of particular concern. I guess that was their way to kind of
Yeah,
appease the United States to say, okay, you know what, we admit this.
and
And
then Biden took it out
yes, and
off
then Biden,
together with the Houthis. You know what he did in his first day? First day
what,
in office, he
what is,
removed the first day in office. He removed the Houthis from a terrorist list.
oh, powerful. That's to show you that he really
Powerful.
powerful guy.
Yes,
So, of course, the first
powerful.
thing he did when he came into office was to reverse Trump's designation, and then the reason that was given was that the conflict in Nigeria was happening due to climate change. That was the
Right.
reason that they gave. And the terrorists were like, hallelujah. For the first time they said hallelujah. They usually say Allahu Akbar, but when they saw what Biden did, they screamed hallelujah. And then the killing just went on,
That's offensive. They know it's Hebrew.
I know it's
They
Hebrew.
know hallelujah is Hebrew.
I know it's Hebrew.
Of course you know. I'm just kidding.
And so they went, and then the killings continue. And
They
then
should have screamed Jesus is king.
yeah, they were screaming Christ is king. Like the gripers, Christ is king. Did you notice that some of the people who tweet in Nigeria in like on Twitter under the guise of MAGA, we are from Nigeria? Did you see that stuff?
I mean, they're from everywhere.
After the location stuff was introduced, where people, many of the so-called MAGA groiper Twitter handles, we are from Nigeria. What a wonderful.
So Nigeria, people thought about Nigeria, then they forgot. What was it? What do you think? Why do you think Obama cared about Nigeria?
I think many theories, but I felt it was something that just became a trend. Back then you had Rihanna posting about it. So, and then you had the first lady doing her thing. And I don't think the first lady is so invested in government as much as her husband. I think she kind of does her thing. I may be wrong. And then her husband has to okay, my wife is making this famous. So, and then everybody had to act like they cared. It's one of those things that become a trend for a while, and then everybody forgets. Some people may not know this, but many of those girls that were kidnapped are still in captivity today. And many more have been kidnapped.
Of course they are. It's like the Yazidis, the Yazidis were a trend, and then when the IDF rescued a Yazidi girl that was in Gaza for 10 years as a sex slave, nobody cared.
And nobody. Now everything happens in trends, So let's be concerned about the Yazidi girls, and then we find a Yazidi girl in Gaza, and then they're like, no, we don't need to be concerned about the Yazidi girls now. We are talking about free Palestine. So Yazidis, just hold your horses, okay? We've moved on. We've moved on we are on to something new now, So there is that. Anyway, so that's why I think, but for Trump recently, I think he's just continuing something that he was doing during his first term, and he was doing that because of the Christian influence in his government. Because many Christians in the United States, many Christians who have positions of power in this current administration, and was also had position of power when Trump was also, during Trump's first term, are concerned about what is happening in Nigeria. You have someone like Senator Ted Cruz, who has not received enough credit because he has been talking about Nigeria for the longest. Like people,
but nobody noticed.
Yeah, nobody noticed. It's just now that what he's saying is gaining traction, and people are like, "Oh,
I have a theory about it and the Christian thing."
Okay.
But no, I want to hear you out because it's interesting. And the other thing I kind of want to run by, which I think. It's another theory I've heard. I heard it on a different channel, the Speak Truth channel. And I don't think it's true. I see where it's coming from, and I feel that's not exactly the reason. And he said that the reason is that that Elon Musk lost there was like when you give like a charter for lithium in Nigeria, and he lost to China or something, and that's why, right? So that was his theory, that like because of the
that's essentially that theory is called they are here for our natural resources theory. That is stupid. That is stupid.
I agree, but I want to hear, why do you think it's stupid? Because I reacted the same way.
I think it is,
but it's a very American type of thing.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing that Tucker Carlson will be very invested in. I think it is very stupid because, first of all, the so-called natural resources that these northern states, these middle belt and states have, are already being exploited by the Chinese. if America wanted our natural resources, they could just ask like normal people, as they've always been asking. When Europe was drilling our oil and taking it to be refined in Europe, all they had to do was just ask for the right amount. Listen, you may not understand this about the Nigerian government, but they are not expensive. Okay, for the right amount, that you can get them to do anything you want them to do. They're not that expensive. You don't have to go through this maneuver. You don't have to come under the guise of, come on, for the right price, you can get them to do anything. Well, if they
Start with
want
the
to,
Chinese.
if they claim that they have this huge deposit of lithium, they can give one side to the Chinese, give the other side to the Americans, give one to people from Denmark. You want some? Just give us money and we'll give you access to it. But currently, what is happening with those places that are rich in these minerals is that you have banditry going on in those areas. And as banditry is going on in those areas, the Chinese are there presently right now taking advantage of this, and it is done illegally. Keep that in mind. There are many instances in this country where Chinese nationals are arrested in Nigeria for illegal mining. It happens in the news. It comes in the news every once in a while. This Chinese national has been arrested for illegal mining activities in the country. Why are they arresting them? Because they are doing it and the Nigerian government is not benefiting. So if the Nigerian government, if you want, I'm just giving you any person who is interested in these natural resources, just approach the Nigerian government. They're not that expensive. Trust me, they are not unreasonable. For the right price, Tinubu will give you anything. Okay, so you don't have to go through this ridiculous back door of coming up with this elaborate scheme. That is too far. You are going too far. You understand? You are going too far. These people will do anything.
I agree.
Let me give you an instance of something that happened. As soon as Tinubu became president of Nigeria in 2023, there was a coup d'etat in Niger. Niger is the neighboring country to the north of Nigeria. Now, in West Africa, there's what we call ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States. And under ECOWAS, you have ECOMOG. ECOMOG is like the military of ECOWAS. ECOWAS is like the EU, and ECOMOG is like a military that comprises of all the member states. And now Niger is part of ECOWAS. And when the coup happened in Niger, the ECOWAS states felt like it was a problem that one of their member states now has a dictator in charge. They didn't want sorry. They didn't want one of their member states to have a dictatorship. They want democracy. And it wasn't just Niger, it was also two other member states. But Tinubu was particularly not happy with what was happening in Niger. And you know who else was not happy with what was happening in Niger? The French government. The French government. They had a meeting with Tinubu, and in less than 48 hours, Tinubu cut off electric supply to Niger. Like, Nigeria is the one who supplies Niger with electricity. And in less than 48 hours, after the meeting with the French government, they cut off electric supply to Niger. So that's to tell you how easy it is to get Tinubu to do something for you. You don't need to come up with elaborate. No, you don't need to do all of that. It's very easy. And he was threatening that he was going to get Nigerian soldiers on the ground in Niger. That was what Tinubu was threatening, at the behest of the French government, whose military base they were being sacked out of Niger essentially by the military dictatorship. They were being chased out of Niger and they didn't want to leave. So they wanted to use the Nigerian government to pressure the dictatorship that just took over power in Niger. And Tinubu was like, how high do you want me to jump?
I actually have a script that I've written, and I was like putting it off about like how the situation with France and how they're being driven out of Africa, and it's a very problematic situation for them.
Yeah, it is. It is 100%. So when you put all of this together, then you say, oh, it's because of Elon Musk could not get whatever deal.
Yeah, it's like
please.
Okay, so what's your theory? Can you repeat that again for the stupid ones?
My theory is simple. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. Some things are just simple.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. Some things are just very simple. There are Christians in this administration. They have an interest in Nigeria because and it is a legitimate interest in Nigeria, because Nigeria in Africa, and especially in West Africa, is a battleground for two religious groups, Christianity and Islam. And Islam want to take over this nation. It has been, it is a program, it is a process that started from the time the country gained independence and has been going on till date. There has been an agenda to Islamize the entire country. Some have been vocal about it, some have been silent about it. And these groups, these terror groups, they are all part of this grand scheme. And many Christians who have been monitoring the situation have been alarmed by it. So they look for every opportunity to get the US, the EU, or any country to be interested in what is going on. And now they have an audience with Donald Trump. It is just that simple. Everything is not they are here because CIA is doing one thing and maybe they want to carry out one stuff. Or the US wants to set up base in Nigeria. If they want a base in West Africa, Ghana is always ready to do their bidding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this, but Ghana. Trump wanted to deport Africans that are staying in the United States illegally, right? And he was looking for a country to send them to. Ghana said, send them here. So I don't understand what this talk about. Oh, they do it. I've had theories like, oh, they are interested because they want to set up a military base in Nigeria, and Nigerian government rejected. And I'm like, did they ask Ghana? Because I know Ghana will always do anything for the US.
Yeah.
Besides, they have in Ivory Coast, the French military have a base in Ivory Coast, and the United States and France, they are allies. So essentially, there is like a US base in West Africa.
They're more like frenemies.
Yes, yeah, you can say that, but you see that if they really need, when they wanted to take out Gaddafi, they didn't come through Nigeria, they went through Gambia. So I don't understand what this talk about. It's on serious people that make all those claims. It's very honest. People who like grand narratives. People who like something fantastic.
Love that. But I have to raise it up and say, I have two more things I want to throw into the mix that I think.
Okay.
One, I think once something is won by Islam, it's lost for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's like dead.
Yes.
China, America, doesn't matter. It's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is that I think that one of the reasons, yes, the Christians were shouting for years now, but I feel like the reason it picked up now is because the gropers started getting obsessed with Christian treatment in Israel, and they covered it up by saying that they care about the way Christians are treated. So I think Trump was like, "Oh, you care about Christians?
Talk about for you. Have you heard of Nigeria? Oh, it looks like
exactly. So that's what I think, because they've been screaming. They've been trying to talk about it. I've been trying to talk about it. Nobody cared. And then the gropers started. Oh, do you know that in Israel, a Christian once walked in the street and it got spat on?
I think that's like a cynical way to interpret it.
And then the way they're like, oh no, it's not anti-Semitic. We just care about Christians everywhere.
Yeah,
and then Trump was like,
"Oh, you care about Christians?
You care about Christians, don't you? Amazing. So do I.
I know a place where there are Christians that are going through it.
Ted Cruz, the stage is yours. Finally.
Maybe even gave Bill Maher a call and it's like, maybe you should talk about it on your show.
It's like, look at how beautiful. It's like, fine. Okay, so what do you think about those two things that I threw?
It's plausible, but I think that is a cynical way to interpret what is going on. I think it's plausible, but I think
it's a bit of the same theory. We have just a different.
Yes, I think Trump could have seen it as, or any person who has like this grand scheme. Maybe like the Zionists who control the world. Maybe they had this grand. They have this grand scheme of, this is a perfect way to kill two birds with one stone. One thing is, we appease our Christian base, we appease our Groiper base. We, just appease everyone, and it's a win-win for everyone. But the Groipers are not buying it. Of course, they will not be distracted. By
no. But this is how I don't know if you followed the language of the Christ is King people. Christ is King people, and then they go ahead and quote the Quran.
Those people are not serious. I mean, look at Tucker Carlson.
I mean,
Look at Tucker Carlson.
did you say, like, I think it was, I saw Camden Sons like reading from the Quran, Christ is king.
I mean, look at Tucker Carlson and his glorification, so to speak, of Sharia law. And then he's going to be like, I care. How can you talk about Sharia law in such a charitable, in such a charitable way, and then claim to care about Christians? If you care about Christians, you will hate Sharia law with all of your being. You will not for a second consider whatever good you think comes out of it. Because under Sharia, one of the people who suffer greatly, are Christians. Okay, I'm saying this as somebody who is in a nation where 12 states have a form of Sharia law, both in civil law that is inspired or shaped by Sharia, and also the penal code that is also shaped by Sharia. There, you like in a place like Kano, they have a Sharia police called the Hishba police, and because of the Hishba police, you can't sell alcohol openly in Kano State. Okay, in a place like Southern Kaduna, Zango Kataf, there was this dispute in Zango Kataf where they wanted to relocate a market from the main market in the community was in the Muslim populated area of the market, and they wanted to relocate it to a place that was neutral. And why did they want to relocate it in a place that was neutral? But because that market was located in a Muslim populated area, they could not sell alcohol, they could not sell pork. You know, and when they move for it to be moved for the market to be moved to a neutral location, the Muslims protested, and it led to a very serious riot that claimed the life of some have estimated 20,000 Christians. That is Sharia for you. And this is just normal dispute in northern Nigeria. This is not Boko Haram. This is not ISWAP. This is not any terrorist group.
So imagine how amazing that is. It's like, oh, you care about Christians?
Yeah. So
no, because before they started speaking like that, they couldn't do anything. The moment they started speaking, like they seized the opportunity. It was amazing. Shana, it's so amazing seeing you again. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. So it wasn't just Trump. Lots of people don't like rappers, call them out. But yes, Rebecca is correct. Shana is supporting my theory.
She's a fan, so she will support her theories. Be objective, Shana. Be objective. Yeah. Look at my theory. My theory is better. It's better.
Michael Feldman saying, sorry, folks, Christ is king is the grouper. Allahu Akbar.
There was somebody in the chat who asked me a question that why would Ghana do anything for America? I don't know. I think it's kind of like up there somewhere. Someone was asking that question. And
what do you mean? Half of Ghana is in America. Wait.
Have you seen it?
Christ is here is Mahmoud here is saying Christ is king according to Quran. That's right. What do you have to say to that?
Do you understand the statement Christ is king? Do you understand what it means? It's not just Christ is the king of, first of all, it means he's the king of the Jews. That's one. But it means that he's the king of kings. Okay, the king of kings is a title for God. Are you saying that Christ, according to the Quran, is God? If you understand, if you say that is in the Quran, then you need to understand what.
Yes, surah first of all, sir, personally.
Okay.
What is more important? Just a question, right?
Okay.
Christ is king.
Okay.
Or Christians? Like I know it's like this question might in Christianity might blow people's minds.
I understand the question, but I think it's like I don't know why one has to be. I mean, if for you to be
because here's the thing, right? So here's what Muslims say.
Okay.
Muslims, right, recognize Jesus way more than Jews do.
Okay.
Right? Fair, like objectively.
Yes.
Okay. We can make an objective statement.
Yeah, and I don't see it as a good thing. You know.
Whatever. Like, but okay. Can we agree?
Okay, they do.
And then they slaughter all the Christians.
Yes.
Jews.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Jesus, to be honest.
And they don't slaughter Christians.
And they don't slaughter Christians.
Yes.
So it's a real conundrum of who is worse.
Who is worse? who is worse is always the Muslims, because you also notice that
Oh, you're
in stuff.
just being like racist and
No, no, no,
Islamophobe.
it's not that. Let me explain. Of course, I'm being racist and Islamophobe, but let me explain. Muslims also talk about Moses. They also talk about Abraham. They also talk about many prophets that you find in the Jewish scripture. It is not because they love Jews. That's not. you know they're not talking about this.
No,
They claim that
yeah.
this. You get what I'm saying? So, and of course, it's a bastardized version of Moses, a bastardized version of Abraham.
No, but I have a proof. I have a proof that this is why I know that Muslims don't worship Allah, they worship Muhammad, just like
Okay.
the Christians.
Okay.
You know why? Because
Why?
if Moses is Muslim, Jesus
Mhm.
is Muslim, although then Jews are Muslims,
Right? And
right?
Christians are Muslims too.
Right? Jews are okay. Christians, they can be pagans. I can agree with that statement, with that feeling, right? But like they can claim to be, but they're kind of pagan as well. But like, okay, so I understand, right? But
Mhm.
we can not argue with the fact that Jews 100% are Muslim
No, yes, because
according to that, right?
yes, because
So what is the difference in their
do
minds between us
you-
and them?
Muhammad is the difference.
Exactly.
Exactly. You're right. You're right, because Abraham was a Muslim but without Muhammad. Moses was
Exactly.
a Muslim without Muhammad.
Jesus
David
was a Muslim
was a Muslim
without
without
Muhammad.
Muhammad. But now you can't be a Muslim without Muhammad. What does that tell you? The religion is
Exactly.
not, it's about Muhammad. It's not even about being
Yeah.
a Muslim. It's about being that's why they call them
Worshippers of
Mohammedan.
Muhammad.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know,
Like, what is the difference between a Christian and a Jew?
Christ.
Mm?
Yeah. That is
But
a
actually, there is. Huh?
and that is a actually well-defined difference, is that we worship Christ as the one true God.
But actually, it's more complex because the difference is not just that; it's also ethnicity.
Yes, there is that.
But
There is that.
yeah,
That's
but
yeah.
like that's it's so that the comparison is like, why isn't a Jew a Christian? Not why isn't a Christian a Jew, right? You know what I'm saying? Like every square is also like a
Yes, yes,
rectangle,
yes,
but not
yes.
every rectangle is a square.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand
So
what you're
like
saying.
the only thing that makes like Jews not Christian is
So
Christ.
you've
The only
succeeded.
thing that make Jews not Muslim is Muhammad.
Yes, so you've succeeded in establishing that you guys are closer to the Muslims than we are. So maybe they
We
should
are
try.
I mean,
Maybe they should try
we're
more to fraternize with you guys than they do with us. Maybe they will be more successful appealing to the Jews than they are appealing to the Christians.
oh
What do
no,
you?
zero chances.
They really
Jews
hate you
are
guys.
Jews are way more stubborn. You know what I thought? Like, you know how God says like complains about Jews being stubborn people.
And stiff-necked people. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know what I realized?
What?
This is why we were chosen, because we were stubborn. That's the thing. It's like it was like, okay, who are the people who are so annoying? They would go against everybody else
Do you
and
think? Do you
continue
think?
doing what
Do you think?
the
Do you
Torah
think
tells them
the stubborn nature of Jews is because of is something inherent, or it has to do with the religion itself,
with the religion.
the cultural implication or impact of that religion?
Yeah. I
So
think a lot of this is the project I'm working on. So, you guys, those who don't know, I'm working on building the Church of Inquiry. So I call it,
okay,
where the reason I call it a church is because I want to be like, because it's easier for me to address scripture.
mm-hmm.
But the reason I brought inquiry, so inquiry is what you do in Judaism.
Mm-hmm.
You ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot of what the reason why Jews are the way they are is because of Judaism.
Okay, so it's because of God's relationship with you at the end of the day. Your resilience comes from your relationship with God, not really like, oh, it was inborn. We are just like that. You get what I'm saying? And if
It's
you look
it's
at
it's like a little bit of like an egg and chicken. Like people join Judaism because they have those traits as well, right?
well, is
And
it true?
people who don't have those traits tend to
Yes,
leave
because,
Judaism as well.
tend to leave Judaism, or they don't. Also, the religion cannot even put that. I believe strongly that it has to do with the relationship the Jewish people have with God. I believe that's what infused them.
That we argue with God. This is what Jews do.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Israel, that's what it means. Are
But
those who are
people
so?
not to. make any kind of comparison or anything. But if you go to persecuted areas, especially places where Muslims are heavily persecuting people, especially the minorities there, the non-Muslims there who remain non-Muslims, you're always going to find that resilient nature amongst them, especially the ones who are religious. Like if you find
most Muslims believe God changed his mind about Jews. So why didn't he change his mind about Moses and Abraham? What's the difference?
They are different. They weren't the ones that killed the prophet.
Because, like, if you see how Moses behaved, you can look at his behavior and be like, that's a Jew. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
like, that's a typical Jew.
Anyways, but
same with point. Jesus, by the way. By the way, Jesus also is a typical Jew.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they not abandoned? If Jews do, they act the same way. What's the difference?
The difference is that you people refuse to recognize Muhammad as a prophet, even though the signs
exactly.
the Quran was there. The signs were there, but the way you guys rejected the prophets before, the prophets of old, that was the same way you rejected this final prophet of Allah named Muhammad. You know, we all know how the story goes.
Yes. So I don't know why Muslims just don't admit they worship Muhammad. What's the problem?
Of course, you know, they even.
And all I ask is that they start shouting Muhammad is Akbar instead of Allah. Well, I think it would make everything a lot clearer for everyone.
Yeah, and I think we've strayed too far away from the topic. I am trying my best to keep us on topic, but you keep taking.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's go back to topic.
All right, back to the topic. There are two things I said I wanted to talk about: the complicity of the Nigerian government and the way the average Muslim behave in the north. All right, the first part is the complicity of the Nigerian government. During the Jonathan administration, okay. So when you talk about like Boko Haram started in I've forgotten what year that was. But when they started, the president of the country back then was Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. He was from the southern part of the country. He was from the Christian part. He was in fact, some people say he was an Igbo governor, but he wasn't. So Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was president. And when he was dealing with the Boko Haram issue and he was dealing with it militarily, he wasn't even trying to negotiate with them or anything like that. He was doing the Trump thing. He was going into northern Nigeria, guns are blazing, gunning down these terrorists, showing them the full force of the Nigerian army. And when that was happening, many political elites, when that was happening, many political elites from the north, we are not happy with it. The southern
I always thought about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there are no political whatever in the north, there is no problem, right? Continue, please. Yes.
Anyway, the Sultan of Sokoto then made a statement where he said that it will military aggression will not work, that it will not going to be effective. There need to be. He was the Sultan of Sokoto, who is like, for those who don't know, the Sultan of Sokoto in Nigeria is the leader of the Muslim community in Nigeria as a whole. He has that religious political power over every Muslim. If he issues a fatwa now against me, he stands. So the Sultan of Sokoto was against the military approach in fighting Boko Haram and said, something else needs to be.
He's a Muslim.
He's a Muslim. He's the Sultan. He's the leader of the Muslim community.
No, I don't understand. Like, what is he's a Muslim. Why do you need to say more words? Of course they're gonna. What the other words are for? I don't understand.
It is important to
I'm training my audience, right?
All right.
If somebody is Muslim,
okay, there's some good Muslims out there. Trust me.
Yes, those who cannot read. I like those. It's like the worst thing that happened to Islamic communities is literacy.
Literacy and the internet.
Literacy ruined the Muslim communities.
Anyway, so
he said, like the best thing, like really, if there is an argument for illiteracy, this is one.
Anyways, so he was opposed to it and said that it will not work. It is not helpful. And then you had the
Muslim.
Muslim. And then you had the person.
And he could read, right?
He could read. He's very literate.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Then you had Buhari, who later became president, but then he was part of the opposition party, and he said to attack Boko Haram. This is his statement: an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the north. So he's saying to attack Boko Haram is to attack the northern Nigeria. That was his statement, right? Then you have Shetima, who was the governor.
Because this is now Dar al-Islam.
Yes. So you have Shetima, who is now the current vice president of Nigeria, but then he was the governor of Borno State, and Borno State is like the ground zero of Boko Haram and also their epicenter. Okay, the kidnapping of the Chibok girls happened in Borno State. So he was the governor of Borno State back then, and he also complained the same thing, that they are killing these people, they are killing our brothers and sisters. That's what he said, that killing Boko Haram is killing our brothers and sisters. So you have,
of course, Muslim. Yeah, so I don't understand. No. Like you said so many words, but you could just finish. We just said Muslim that can read, and we could have interpolated all that information. I don't understand why.
Yeah, I need to make this explanation. Please allow me to make.
It's like, why do you need so many words? It's like Muslim that can read. That's it.
Anyways, moving on.
And then you can say, oh, he said that they're brothers. It's now an Islamic land. It's not called that, and not official Islamic government would take over those lands. It's like, why so many words?
Yeah, I'm about to tell an interesting story. You are making this.
Okay. Continue. I want to hear the story.
Right. So yeah, this story. So there's a Christmas bombing that happened in Nigeria. I've forgotten what year, and the person who carried it out, I keep forgetting his name. So this was somebody he was from the north. He came to Lagos for a meeting. I think he was radicalized in the meeting. I don't know what exactly happened. Went back, organized the Christmas bombing. So many people died in the bombing. And
he probably learned how to read. What do you mean? What happened in the meeting?
Please, you are distracted from this important story.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
So we are looking for him. He carried out the attack and he was on the run. And guess where he was arrested? Guess where the authorities found him? Just guess. Give a big guess where he was found.
A mosque.
Let me give you something better. He was found at the governor's lodge of the governor of Borno State. That was where he was found. Yeah.
Was he also a Muslim?
He was, yeah. The Borno State, for you to be governor of Borno State, you have to be Muslim. Come on, this is nothing. This is core north we are talking about. This is like north. This is like the north of the north. This is Arewa.
Okay, everything you are describing right now is simple common sense. I don't understand.
Right? Anyway, so when that happened, now, before that happened, the president of the country said that Boko Haram are in his administration. That was what he said, that openly. He said, Boko Haram are in my administration. I am surrounded by Boko Haram, essentially. So the election happened afterwards, and he was not re-elected. One of the reasons that many people voted him out was he didn't handle the security situation properly. He should have done it. In fact, the North we are opposed to him because look at how you are killing our brothers and sisters, And then Buhari came in, and people thought under Buhari, under this new and by the way, when Jonathan wanted to take the approach of negotiating with the bandits, not the bandits, rather with Boko Haram, when he wanted to finally, okay, you know what, you guys want me to negotiate? Tell Boko Haram I want to negotiate. Boko Haram said their spokesperson for the negotiation will be Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, the person who later became president. I need all of us to just know the names. The names I'm calling out now: Shetima, Buhari, these people, Sultan of Sokoto. All these you need to, because many of them rose to. They are now prominent. Some of them and now are prominent leaders in this country. So when we talk about is the Nigerian government compromised, this is what we are talking about. Under Buhari, he was very lackadaisical. Under Buhari, it was under Buhari that you have headsmen. This headsman crisis we started having, he went way out of proportion under Buhari, and he was lackadaisical. At least this current governor will go and visit the victims. Like he will go and visit the victims of this attack and tell them sorry, even though he will do nothing. Buhari will act like it did not happen. Like Buhari was so nonchalant. He was that leader that wasn't paying attention. So Buhari ruled for 8 years, was re-elected 2 terms, and then you have the current administration, the Tinubu administration. And who is his VP? The person who a suspected Boko Haram terrorist was picked from his lodge. That's the person who is his VP, the VP of this country. Many people have said that he has ties with Boko Haram. Some have rumored that he's one of their patrons. Okay.
Mhm.
Now we hear also so many other things from people, from soldiers on the field, right? Where they will be guarding a particular area, and then they will receive higher command from somebody higher up, telling them to leave. And as soon as they leave, bandits attack that area. What do you make of all of this? And these are things, reports that are coming from the
From
military.
the river, what do you have in Nigeria? From the desert to the sea, Nigeria will be free?
Will be free of Christians, of course.
No, because here's the thing, right? It's like, it's not a two states, it's a one state solution.
It's not just a one state solution, it's a one continent solution.
It's
These
like,
people
I was like, what is it? They're
have
not
big,
even trying with the North, saying like, oh, we need a North Nigeria state.
no, they're not.
No,
In
it's
fact, when
they're going straight to the one state solution
nah,
without any
when you
steps
talk
in the
about
way.
separating the nation, they call you unpatriotic. They're like, nah, we need to stay one. You know.
Of course, of
Yeah. So,
course.
so when you
But like a state for all its people.
Mm. So when you look at things like this, you ask yourself, it's not a matter of just the government is incompetent. People wonder, okay, is the reason why the government can't deal with this because they are incompetent, they are overwhelmed, they don't know how to tackle this? I say no. The reason why they can't deal with this is because there are people in the government who support this. They support this. Boko Haram has sponsors. Many of them are in government. Many of Boko Haram sponsors are in government. There is one person who is like a prominent person in Nigeria. When bandits were paid ransom, he got 50 million naira from the ransom. This is not somebody he's somebody who walks into rooms, gives speeches, and gets receive rounds of applause, and he's running free in Nigeria. How is it that the money that was given to bandits, parts of it entered his pocket?
What do you
What
mean?
was the negotiation fee?
What do you mean? Don't you know which one is the biggest criminal organization in every country?
Man, it's just when you think about all of it, it can be really, 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 really annoying. So when you look at what is happening with the government, you realize these people are not overwhelmed. It's not incompetency. Now the government is incompetent, but it's not incompetency that is their problem. The incompetency of the Nigerian government is that incompetency of choice. They choose to be incompetent. It's like when it comes to taxing the people, like they've released a new tax reform for Nigerians that is going to make people
When I hear another Jewish joke.
no.
Yes, you do. This one is fun.
Okay, let me hear this one.
So two people, like two guys that grew up in the same neighborhood, you know, the one with the drugs and the worst one, sit together and the one asking, oh, what crime organization are you working for now? And the other guy says the police, and then the first one goes, oh, governmental. I see.
Okay. I get the joke, Frank. Anyways, can I go back to what I'm telling you? You keep distracting. Brethren, are you saying that Rebecca is distracted by story? She's working for the jihadists. She doesn't want me to put my story out there. You see how the Jews
Sir,
do.
Sir, all I said, you have two options.
Two good options.
Two good options.
So this is what we see from the government. Okay, this is what we see from, on a serious note, this is what we see from the government. So it's not a matter of just being overwhelmed or being incompetent. Now, another thing that demonstrates that the government is not incompetent is that in the southern part of the country, we also have our what you call terrorists. Okay, even though they are not as dangerous as what you see in the north, we have what we call.
Why are they not Muslim?
They're not Muslims. They're not Muslims. Okay, so you have what we call
basic terrorism. Okay.
Yeah, just basic terrorism. People asking for basic stuff. You know, those ones are the ones that the government.
You know Naomi Shemer.
Yeah.
You know the song, "Jerusalem of Gold."
No, I don't.
It's really famous. Yerushalayim Shel Zahab. This one.
I was supposed to know it, and it's sang in Hebrew. It's really famous.
Anyway, it's super famous. Anyway, everybody, like a lot of people know that. She's like the national poet of Israel.
Okay.
And she was super right wing. And for a long time, the mainstream media tried to hide how right wing she was, because she was like the national poet.
Okay.
And one of her most famous sayings is that if the Arabs ever overcome us, we will miss the nice sterility of the Germans. It's like it's like the sterility of the gas chambers will be nostalgic.
They will not be neat. Okay, they will not be. They will not. They will not. They will not. You know, sanitary rules will be off the window. You guys will
Exactly.
be.
It's like she called the Arab style warm and personal.
Anyways, so I was trying to explain that one of the reasons why I also think that the Nigerian government, they're not just incompetent, but incompetent by choice, because they are infiltrated and they don't have the political will to want to deal with this head on, is because when it has to do with IPOB, domestic terrorists in southern part of the country, they go all out. They do operation this, operation that. They like security. You will see heavy presence of military of the Nigerian military in the south. You would think this is a war zone, and it's just some random ineffective domestic terrorists that they are looking for. You know, they will march people out of their churches, tell them to put their hands in the air. They are looking for certain terrorists. They will do all of that, but God forbid they will never do that to a mosque, lest they be accused of attacking Muslims. So you see what they will do in the south. They are ready to do that. But when it comes to the north, they're like, oh, well, this is a complex, nuanced, diverse, multifaceted.
They just don't want the hot and personal. They don't like the steaming one, the steaming sauna.
Exactly.
The dry one.
So then you have the other thing that I wanted to talk about is acts of genocide that are carried out not by Islamic groups or militant groups, or unnamed militant groups, but ones carried out by the average northerner. And there's the new channel that I started, the Bliss of Jihad, that I started. One of the video series that I'm working on in the channel. You know, you've been talking about videos you're working on. This is one I'm working on. I want to list in the country instances where you had riots, or you had so-called, they call them riots, but I think they're just pogroms carried out by average citizens in the north against Christians or people they perceive as Christians. These are acts of genocide. A good example of that, I can go like throughout the country's history, but let me try and mention as many as I can. You have the anti Igbo pogroms of 1966. What happened was that there was a military coup in Nigeria that they tagged an Igbo coup. I'm an Igbo person. There's an ethnic group in Nigeria. They tagged it.
No, so did you take over or no?
Yeah, they said we were trying to take over. We were trying to dominate the government.
But you didn't.
Yeah, we didn't. We failed, unfortunately.
So you're just bitter because you're a loser right now.
Something like that, I guess.
So we need to revisit the entire conversation.
We'll talk about. Anyway, so there was this so-called Igbo coup that they said took place, and then the North said that this is Igbos trying to dominate, and because of that, okay, first of all, in response to that, they did a counter coup, or what
are they call Igbo like the Jews of Nigeria?
Yeah, they are. We are like the Jews of Nigeria. In fact,
I always thought that, you know, every time I heard about Igbos, I was like, I feel like they're the Jews.
We are the stubborn ones. We are the ones who, like, you know, in Nigeria, among various ethnic groups, you always have like a significant portion of that ethnic group being Muslims, right? Among the North, it might be people in the North, you might have like 70 to 80% Muslims, right? In the West, Southwest, you have, that's among the Yorubas, you have like 50, 60, or maybe 40% Muslims. Among the Igbos, it's like 99.99999% Christians, most of whom are Catholics. So we don't play. So in fact, in Nigeria, someone even said it recently. He said when people from the North say Igbos, it's synonymous for Christians. When you hear them say, oh, the Igbos are doing, what they mean is the Christians are, because they know Igbos are 100% Christians. So they call it an anti-Igbo coup, and then they went out on this. First of all, they did a counter coup, and in the counter coup, the generals that were being killed, because then it was, you know, military government. The generals that were being killed were Igbo generals. They focused primarily on Igbo generals. Igbo, not just generals, majors, captains, almost anything that has like a two ropes on their uniform, and you are from the southeast. You are fair game for them. But that was not enough. Okay, it wasn't enough for them to just go after Igbo generals. From May till like October, there was like this systematic killings of just the average Igbo person in the North. It got so bad that it is estimated that 30,000 Igbos were killed in the north by just their fellow neighbors who were not Igbos, who were Muslims, who were northerners. They would drag people from their cars, drag them from their place of work, drag them from their homes, and hack them to death. This was so bad. Yes, and this was so bad that over 1 million Igbos, in fact, the entire Igbo population in the north at that time had to leave. They had to run back to the southeast. This is what led to this Nigerian civil war.
By people that they lived with their entire lives, went to school with.
We are their friends. These are people who are your friends.
Yeah, Muslims. I don't know why you need so many words again.
So they had to flee, and this is what led to the Nigerian civil war. Now, the argument that the Northerners would bring is, oh, this was not genocide because it didn't have state sanction. What nonsense is that? Many of these attacks were led, some of these attacks on Igbos were led by military personnel. Led. Not they took part. No, they led it. They were the ones leading it. They led it. Some of them, they took part. And in some, they just ignored it. People who were supposed to stop it just ignored it and allow it to happen. And many of the leaders back then in the north, we are stoking the rhetoric of Igbo coup. The Igbos are trying to dominate. They were stoking that rhetoric, telling the Northerners that they need to open their eyes and see what the Igbos are trying to do. And this was what led to these massacres. And okay, fine. Even if you want to say that there's no official statements, condoning the actions that took place there, it doesn't have to be so. Like I always say, genocide doesn't need to be carried out by the state. It can be carried out by private individuals within the state and private groups within the state. And when you have a program of that such, in fact, the Rwanda genocide that we keep talking about, people who went out killing their neighbors, yes, who went out killing their neighbors, we are not doing so because it wasn't just the state, even though the state was stoking that, but it wasn't like state actors. These were just private individuals going out, dragging out their neighbor and killing them. This is the same thing that was happening in Kano. This is genocide.
Right.
Then you have just
Can I help you a little bit?
Okay, go ahead.
So I give two good options, right?
Okay.
Remember that two good options, okay?
Okay.
Every person that claims something different than those two good options is on the side of the genociders.
Explain to your audience. I'm just joined. Explain to them the two good options.
Do you want to explain or should I?
I want them to hear what the YouTuber that they are listening to is saying.
I gave two good options, right?
Okay, tell them your two good options.
One good option is there is a genocide.
Okay.
The other two, the good option is understanding that when there is a zombie apocalypse or a hyena eating humans in droves, like, can you really blame the zombies or the hyenas, right? Can you really say that it's a genocide? Or is it just monsters being monsters, hyenas being hyenas, right? You cannot say animals that are humans are committing a genocide.
Those are two good options, ladies and gentlemen.
That's two good options.
I chose option one. What option did you choose?
So you choose genocide. It's okay. It's fine.
All right. Then the second one I want to mention. I don't know how many I'll be able to mention, but the second one I want to mention happened the next year. This is the civil war has started in Nigeria, and the Nigerian the Biafran soldiers, because you had the Biafran separationist movement. They were like the
Palestinians.
No, let's call it Palestinians. So
I want to go through a couple of super chats for a second before we start another story. Thank you, Rebecca, for giving persecuted Christians a voice. Here's, by the way, because I'll be honest, I don't think it's enough to give Christians a voice.
No,
thank you for your support.
Yeah, it's more than just giving us a voice. I think what we need is deliverance, not
but it's also you have to be ready for deliverance.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes.
Shauna, thank you. I asked about Ghana, by the way. I don't know the international relationship with Ghana and America.
Oh, okay. They are very close. They're very
Yeah, they're
close.
very close.
They're like 5 and 6.
I
Two pits in a pod.
I know they have villas in Ghana to party.
Yeah.
Okay. And Shauna, thank you. It's so nice to see Shauna here again. See, Rebecca, this is why Fuentes said that Jews, the government is the Italian and Irish mob's biggest employers. Listen, I never said that Nick Fuentes was wrong. I just disagree. Jesus Lord, thank you, Nate. How corrupt, infected is the Nigerian government and military with Islamists? That's an interesting question because I think the military part, police and military part, is also interesting. Is it possible that they are too corrupt to redeem? Thank you both for everything you do. God bless you both. God bless you.
I don't think anything is beyond redemption, but I think they are very corrupt. And
that's a very Jesus thing to say, yes. Very Jewish thing to say. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I think they can be redeemed, but they have there is this, I call it an infestation. They have been heavily infested.
But the military and the police as well.
The military, the police. In fact, if it was just the military, T.Y. Danjuma, I didn't mention this. T.Y. Danjuma was a former chief of staff of the Nigerian army. And he said that if you are waiting for the army to help you, you are helpless because they have filled the army. He said it. And he was a former chief of staff. He said the army has been filled with these people. If you are waiting for them to help you, you are wasting your time. And this was
why we don't, in Israel, there is no military conscription for Muslims.
You see? So when you
technically, even those who are, some do go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you have to because you need their skills specifically, but still, it's problematic.
Yep. So, is there any other super chat, or can I continue with my genocide stories?
Right, beautiful.
All right, my genocide story number 2. This happened the next year after 1966. This happened during the Biafran War. Now, the Biafran War was fought between like the separatist group, which I would like to liken to the Confederate Army, not Palestine. And you have the Nigerian army, which was like the Union Army. So that's what you have going on. You have like Biafran army.
Wait, is it Christians on both sides?
It's kind of, this is where you cannot say it is Muslims on one side.
Oh, it's before they knew how to read. Okay, I get it.
No, not because of that, because you had Christians in the both sides of the army, but you have Muslims more on the other side. So, for example, generals like Olusegun Obasanjo, for example, who later became president in Nigeria twice. One of the presidents in Nigeria that I think it doesn't get as much credit as he deserves is General Olusegun Obasanjo. Right, he was a Christian and he fought on the side of the Nigerian army. You also have so many Christian generals. You also have many Christians in the Nigerian side because it was not just the North versus the South. It was the North, the West, and against the East. So it was everybody against the East. Okay. So, but then you also,
the East?
The Igbos are in the East. The Igbos.
Of course, everybody goes to the Jews. Why didn't you say so? Come on.
Okay, so it's important to put that out there. So, but these incidents took place under the leadership of Muritala Mohammed. Then he was Colonel Muritala Mohammed. Okay, he was leading it.
Could he read?
I think he could.
I also have to be fair because in Nigeria, it's not like it's one thing when you know how to read your own language. It's different when you need to learn and when you can read Arabic as well.
Okay, but you need to know
there are two levels of literacy here.
Yeah. I get what you're
saying. Which is by the way the Arabs went 5 and first because they learned how to read and it was just straight away this one language.
All right. So I needed to make it clear that Muritala Mohammed is an icon in Nigerian history, or he's been treated as such. Right. He's on the 20 naira bill. If I don't have the 20 naira bill because it has gone extinct, but you can find it somewhere. But on the 20 naira bill, you have the image of they have the face of Muritala Mohammed. There is an airport, one of the busiest airports in Nigeria, the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, is named after him. So this person has streets named after him, airports named after him. You know, his face is on the 20 naira note. So this is not just some guy. Okay, this is one of the people we refer to in Nigeria as our founding fathers.
Was he a communist?
He was crazy. Islamist is the word we will use. So this is during
Oh,
this.
so he was Muslim.
Yeah, what gave it away? Was it Muhammad, or was it when I said he was Muslim?
No. I said you have levels, right? Like
his
that.
name, his name
It's
is
like
Muhammad. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I thought you are the one who said I don't need to use too many words. I said his name is Muritala Muhammad.
right, but you said like not all Muslims. It's like if you can read or not. That's the difference. Right?
Anyways, so Muritala Muhammad was leading a troop in the Nigerian, one of the troops that were fighting the Biafran. So the Biafran army had just gotten, like, they invaded. Now, usually what their modus operandi was supposed to be like to defend the place that they have declared independent state of Biafra, but they kind of went far. They went into a place called the Midwest. Now, the Midwest had some Igbos there, like a place like Anioma in Delta State. They had the Igbo in that area, but they don't consider themselves. They speak Igbo. Most of everything about them is Igbo, but they don't consider themselves Igbos anyway. But they consider themselves Midwestern,
like yeah.
Okay, so they had just gone into a place in Delta called Asaba. They went into Asaba. They went as far as Ore. Ore is not even, that's to the west. But they were pushed back by the Nigerian troops, and they went back to Biafran territory. But before going back, they blew up the Niger Bridge, parts of the Niger Bridge that enables people to cross over to the east. So it made it that the troops chasing them could not go over into the east, into their territory, and try to reclaim back the eastern side. Anyway, so when that happened, the Nigerian troops, when they got into Asaba, they were already angry. In fact, they were suspicious that people in Asaba were collaborating with the Biafrans. I don't know what would make they give them that impression. Maybe because they spoke Igbo language, whatever. So when they came into Asaba, they were burning houses. This is how Nigerian military was fighting, burning houses, killing people they considered traitors, and they were really like harassing the town. So the elders of the town said, you know what, we need these army people to get off our backs and just focus on the people they actually came here to fight. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to come out. We are going to wear white, as a sign of peace and whatnot. We are going to wear white, our native white apparel. We are going to have like tree branches and all whatnot. We are going to sing and dance to welcome these people. And we are going to be chanting one Nigeria to show that, we are not part of the separatists. We want one Nigeria. They did that. They came in large numbers to greet the army, dancing in front of them, telling them, we are part of you. Guess what they did?
Good image, yes.
Guess what the army did?
Kill them.
Yeah, this is what they did. They separated the men from the women. And when I say the men from the women, the best way to say it is that they separated the males from the female, because even boys were separated from the women. And then they took the women to a square. Now that square it is called the Ark of Reconciliation. I love Nigeria. They know how to give things name. That place where they took them to slaughter them is now called the Ark of Reconciliation. They took them to that square, and a general, or is he a general? I don't know his rank. I think he was a captain then, called Ibrahim Taiwo, gave an order for the soldiers to shoot at them. Machine guns out. They shot these people dead. Over 700 men. He said we don't know the exact number, because of course they will not let us know. But those who were, like, based on research that have been carried out afterwards, said is that about 500 to 1,000 men were killed. Not men, males.
And you're still bitter about that? Come on, it happened a long time ago. The past things in the past. You have to be like, how did this drunk woman say?
The point I'm
unburdened.
This was done by the Nigerian government. Slaughtered. Do you know this is not being talked about in Nigeria? Like many Nigerians, this story, if they are hearing me right now, many of them are hearing it for the first time. This is how buried this story is. Buried. Right. And it wasn't just that they finished killing the men and they were done. They started raping
No. So because it's Muslims, they only have one book, and one book is all they need. You don't need to add history after that.
And then they started raping the women. Many of them became like this. They subjected them to sexual servitude. Many of them got pregnant for these people that we are raping them. And when you ask the Nigerian side of the story was this was a breakdown of discipline. This was the soldiers ran amok. Yes,
Yes.
soldiers running amok is maybe they got into somebody's house and they
No,
stole.
they did. They dared to have their own thought.
The soldiers had their own thoughts when they were following the orders of
Exactly. They didn't share the one neuron.
when they were when they were following the order. What was Colonel Murtala Mohammed doing? It was his troop. He was supposed to be their leader. These are things that you organize a tribunal. You do a congressional hearing, whatever it is you want to do. You ask
why do you have so many expectations, Mr. Bliss?
Yeah, I'm expecting too much. Do you know?
Exactly.
Do you know that as late as the early 20th century, northern Nigerians we are still whining over the so-called Igbo coup. They cannot let it go. Like the so-called coup was an Igbo coup. Up till date, they are still whining about it. They are still crying about it. They cannot stop talking about it. But nobody is even talking about the anti-Igbo programs that resulted after it. Nobody is talking about the Asaba massacre that resulted after it. Nobody is talking about the starvation that was used as a weapon of war when they were fighting Biafra. Nobody is talking about how civilians were treated on that. Nobody is talking about any of that. Nobody is talking about generals in Nigeria who were saying during the Biafra war that their policy is anything that moves.
Okay, and you're surprised because?
But my body that they are whining, they are crying. These people cannot let go.
They're Muslims. What do you want?
They can't let go of the so-called Igbo coup of 1966. They can't let go.
Sorry. Are they Muslim?
Anything else? They can't. Yeah,
are they Muslim? Yeah, yes, they're Muslim. So what do you want?
These people we are so.
Everything you said is just the obvious. Like I don't see the.
These people we are so. As in, they were still complaining about this. That in I think was it 2000.
I don't understand.
I don't understand when this happened, but there was a panel. It's called the Oputa panel.
Okay. If somebody tells you, here's a table, do you need to start describing that it has that you can write on it and it's used, or you can dine? Like, why so many words? It's like it's a table.
Yeah, they did too. I think your audience, I appreciate that I'm using so many words. Tell me in the comments if I should keep using so many words.
No, I love that. This is because you use so many words, I can use less words.
Yes. Somebody's asking about Congo. I can tell you a thing or two, but it's just that I'm not here to talk about Congo.
I don't think people understand how huge Africa is.
Yeah, I don't think
which where you're super knowledgeable, a lot, but still.
But still, I'm not from Congo.
Okay, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
Now that we understood with many words, I don't know why you need so many words, that you are dealing with Muslims.
Yeah.
What's now?
All right. First of all, the problem in Nigeria is that so many people feel helpless because when communities try to arm themselves, even like recently, I don't know who in the Nigerian police or the Nigerian army issued a statement saying that communities should not arm themselves, that it is only going to escalate situations. So it suggests that what that suggests is that whenever the soldiers go into some of these communities in the name of helping them, the first thing they're going to do is to take their guns. And after taking their guns, they're going to mysteriously get an order from above to leave. And then after they leave, you know what happens next.
So I have a suggestion.
Okay,
when these people come to take the arms, you shoot them.
Jesus, you don't want that. You don't.
No, you don't. No, that's a better way to go.
That's because you want to.
I can argue. You're gonna die anyway.
Well, because if they do that, then what's going to happen is the Asaba massacre all over.
I'm just suggesting. You can say no. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it not going to be a massacre anyway?
And the army is going to say, "Oh, it was reprisal attack. It wasn't really."
At least you're gonna die with a nice gas chamber style.
Well, I don't
that's suggestion number one.
That okay. So what is suggestion number two?
That's like.
The
suggestion number two is to do the same, just more smart.
Okay. What I think is what I hope would happen is I hope that this attention
another Igbo coup. That's another option. I like that option.
I don't think I don't think it is ever going to happen. The
Okay, so
Igbo,
that.
no, the reason why I don't think it's ever going to happen is that Igbos would rather run out of Nigeria. They would rather go to Ghana or to Cameroon than to have another Igbo.
And then from Ghana or Cameroon, take over Nigeria.
Right? That sounds like a plan.
Or are they gonna come to Ghana? Or they gonna chase you.
Yeah. Well,
They're gonna make Nigeria inhabitable. Somewhere they're gonna make it a scorched earth, and then they're gonna chase you.
well, these are the options, I
To
guess.
every corner of earth, they're gonna find you.
But then there is also another option you're not bringing out. This one does not involve the act of man; it involves the act of God. It's called divine intervention.
Yeah, that's not happening.
It's happening. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. Like nope.
I really believe
God only helps those who help themselves.
Well, it's not anywhere in the Jewish scripture, is it? It's not anywhere. I say it's not written anywhere in the Jewish scripture that God.
It does.
Where is it written that God helps those who help themselves?
Everywhere.
Give me one example of that.
So Moses, right? Did he just let the people go, or did he torture him for a long time before that?
He said, "Did God just let? Did I didn't get your question?"
Yeah, why didn't divine intervention? The people had to. They did a lot of things that.
Like what? What did the Jews do in Egypt for their deliverance?
For example, how they slaughtered lambs.
Okay, but that was an instruction by God.
Yeah, yeah, but they had to work. But what are the lambs?
No.
It's the god the Egyptians worshipped.
Okay, yeah. You can use that symbolically, but the story says
it was a fight, sir.
It was a fight? You believe that they fought, and that's why they were that is your interpretation. Because what I see is that
you think you can go and slaughter somebody. It's like you go and slaughter you draw Muhammad in the middle of a square. You think that's not a fight?
I don't. Okay, first of all, what if you think it was a form of fight for them to slaughter lambs, which symbolizes a Jewish, not an Egyptian god, and because of that, Pharaoh's reaction was not, you know what? Let's double these people's punishment. It's let's let them.
They did. This is why they chased them all the way to the Red Sea.
Yeah, but before that, they said you guys can go.
Yeah, because before that, all the but there were a lot of stories. Do you think that whole time Pharaoh was chilling?
But then, when they were being chased, God helped them by splitting the Red Sea.
I said God helped. They had to run though, right?
Yes, but if
they
God
did something.
Yeah. I'm not saying that we will not do something or nothing will be done on our part, but it is always going to come through. First of all,
so you start. If you don't start, here's how God operates. We know because we went through the Holocaust, right?
Okay. Tell me how
noticed
the story of Egypt. That's what I want to hear.
So that the Nazis almost reached Palestine, right?
Okay.
They almost got it. Also, after that, all the Arabs went against Israel, right? You notice how the God was with the Jews then.
Okay.
Where was God in the Holocaust?
I don't know.
The Jews they didn't do shit. The God wasn't there. God can do miracles.
Okay, but when
you have to motivate God.
But when the US and the Allied army came to fight Germany, what was that? Was that not God intervening? Don't you interpret that as God coming to rescue the Jewish people? I mean, when they fought, you know what I'm talking about now.
Germany?
The fight, the Second World War, the US.
Yeah, but you know how many Jews were in the army in both sides? You know that there were a lot of Jews. There are many Jews in the American army and a lot of Jews in the Russian army, and this is one of the biggest reasons why they went ahead and really liberated the Jews.
The point,
you know how much pressure the Jews they did everything that they could inside of America as well.
But you said that the reason why they died in the Holocaust was because God was not there. And I'm saying the US coming in.
Oh, they
Russia
got no.
God.
But the US only the US had no issues with Auschwitz for years
Okay. So I'm saying why do you think they got involved? If not
because the
divine.
Jews started taking action. So God was like, okay, there's these people decided to take action. I'm gonna help them now.
All right, let me there's something I want to point out. It's from the Old Testament. So let me bring up the scripture.
Mm.
This is Psalm 127, verse 1 and 2. Do you know what it says?
Which one?
Psalm, I don't know how it is numbered in your
Shmuel?
the book of Psalms.
What is Psalms? Okay,
Psalm. Sorry, am I not pronouncing it well enough?
Psalms.
127, verse 1.
Mother daily. Wait. Okay, so what did it say?
Read it. It's there.
Where? What number? I forgot already.
1 and 2, verse 1 and 2. Verses 1 and 2.
No, not that. The chapter.
127, 127.
Mm-hmm.
If I just read the first verse, it says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guard stands watch in vain. So what does that tell us?
No. What does it say in English?
I just read what he said in English. I didn't
No,
really
but in Hebrew it proves my point. So I don't understand what you're saying.
All right, read it. Explain how it says in it, how it is.
Read it again, just so I'm sure that we are talking about the same verse.
Okay. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the gods stand watch in vain.
So it's,
are we reading the same Psalms?
So it sounds similar, but it's literally the same way, the other way around.
Okay, what does it say? Unless people watch it, the Lord does not watch it. Is that what it says in Hebrew?
No, it says a house will not be built in vain.
Mm-hmm.
Those who would build it would work hard.
That's what it says in Hebrew.
Yes.
That's interesting. That's not what it says in English. There's no English translation that renders it like that. Every English translation doesn't, not a single one renders it like that. It says, in fact, I can read as many. What I read was from the New International Version. The New Living Translation said, unless the Lord builds a house, the work of the builders is wasted.
It's literally the other way around. This verse that you brought in Hebrew literally says, if you work hard and you keep guard, God will be with you. That's literally what it says.
Wow, that's interesting. It doesn't say that in any English translation. But the point I'm trying to make with that scripture is that if the Lord does not build the house, those who build it are wasting their time.
But it's the wrong. But you didn't. But it doesn't say that. It says literally what I said.
Oh, okay, interesting. Anyways, that is what.
So you did a great job proving my point. Thank you.
No, it's your version of it.
You're saying the Hebrew is wrong.
I don't know.
And the English is.
I don't know. It's modern Hebrew. I don't know.
It's not modern. It's biblical.
It's biblical, and that is how it is rendered. I'm interested. I wonder why the translators translated it like that. What do you think the translators? Why do you think the translators translated it like that?
Because they did it a lot in different verses in the Bible.
Okay, so
when they translated it.
So you believe that the translation is wrong?
Yeah, it's not the only thing that they translated wrong.
No, I'm just saying this very one you think is wrong.
I mean, read it again. Like I'll try to understand like what they had in mind, you know.
All right, he said, except the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keeps the city.
But it's like it's weird. It's like the translation is weird.
Okay. That is, I just read it from the King James translation. I'm telling you, every English translation, every single English translation translates it like that.
What's the most simple English translation you can find? The one
Based.
that's like a Bible for dummies.
Okay. Let me see. There's basic English translation, but okay, literal standard version. If Yahweh does not build the house, its builders have labored at it in vain. If Yahweh does not watch a city, a watchman has awoken in vain. That is this is literal standard version. There's young literal translation. If Jehovah does not build the house, in vain has its builder labor. Its
No, that
builders.
doesn't say that at all.
If Jehovah does not watch a city, in vain has a watchman wait. Then you have Smith's literal translation that says, if Jehovah shall not build the house, they building it, in it labor in vain. If Jehovah shall not watch the city, he watching watched in vain. Then you have, like, I give you every literal.
It's wrong. The translation is absolutely wrong.
Okay. I won't have to. The truth is, I'm not taking your word for
Because
it.
first of all, they add words that don't exist.
Okay.
Read the first part. Huh?
Which word did they add that didn't exist?
So let me try to find it. So how does it start?
Let me use.
Find like
okay. It said, if
English
Yahweh does not build the house, its
so
builder.
it doesn't say that.
Okay, it doesn't say if Yahweh does not build the house.
It doesn't say that. No.
All right, what does it say?
Wait, one sec. Email.
Are you sure we are looking at the same translation, the same passage?
Let me see. But it's like, it's 1 second. Let me try to figure it out. I think.
I went to shabab.org. Is that a Jewish
website?
Yeah,
I found it. Thank you. No, just the way they pressed the where I was reading it, it was pressed weirdly.
Yeah, because I'm reading this from shabab.org, and it says, if the Lord will not build a house.
If the Lord...
if the Lord will not build a house, its builders have toiled at it in vain. If the Lord will not guard a city, its watchers keep his vigil in vain. This is from shabab.org. I don't think this is and they call it Telehim, chapter 127. So I don't know.
I wonder, like, if
that is wrong.
No, it's just the
So it doesn't prove if I
no, it's not right. It's just weird.
So shabab.org is also wrong?
No.
Okay.
Because it's weird, because it's like it's I'm trying to like explain, like it's just how do I it just how can it's like
read the verse 2 in your interpret it for me, the verse 2, the second verse.
With God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. With God.
A house wouldn't with God. A house will not be in vain.
Mm-hmm.
And with God, but the people who build it need to work.
Is that how he says it in your?
Yes. So it's more like with God. It's like a house will not be, if you work hard and you have the spirit, like if you follow like the and you have God in your mind, right? It's like you do what's right.
Mm-hmm.
As it's like and it's like if you don't have like the like if you don't follow God, then the thing that you build is not going to be kept. It's like it's going to fall into ruin.
Okay.
It's a weird. It's a bit.
I took the Hebrew itself and I put it in not ChatGPT. I put it in Google Translate, and it says,
Mm.
unless the Lord builds the house, it builders labor in vain. Unless
Unless you, but it's not God itself. It's like God. It's not like
the
it's
Lord, except
like
the Lord is kind of
it's like
except
you have to be. You have to have the Lord. It's not like the Lord will build it. The
no, no,
Lord
no.
doesn't build it.
That is what, I don't think that's what the I don't think that's what the point of the scripture is. The point is not the
It
Lord.
is. If
No, no, no,
it's
that's
like
not what
it's.
it's saying. This is poetic language.
Mm,
It says, unless the Lord builds the house, does not mean the Lord will build the house. This is poetic language. It's saying if God is not
no.
in, those who are in it are wasting their time. That's what it is saying. That is the point.
Yeah. If there is no God in
Yes,
building the house, it's waste.
yes,
It's a waste of time.
exactly. If God is not in it, then any person who is in it is
But
wasting.
what does it mean that God is? It doesn't mean that God builds the house. It means that
Yeah,
people
exactly. Of course, it's
build
people.
it
Yeah,
with God in mind. It's different. You know what I'm saying?
yes, I get what you're saying. But the point
Okay,
is,
so it's not the same.
if God is not,
So it's not. So God is not gonna help you. People are building a house and they
mm,
keep God in mind. If they
that's
don't
not
keep God in mind, that the
that's not
construction of the house is useless and it's
that's
not gonna be kept. That's it.
that's not how this reads. Except all the translations that I've read is wrong. Is that's not how I see it being read. Unless the Lord builds the house, its builders. Okay, um, if I say something like, um,
Because other think about it. Okay, think about logically, right?
let me
Why
use
would it make sense?
okay.
Why would it make sense to claim that
Mm-hmm,
if some condition is not being met, then you
mm-hmm.
have worked in vain?
Yes, that's the condition that is being met is
But
if
okay,
it's not if God is not with you. It's not like you are building with God in mind. It's that you are building with God with you in what you are doing.
okay, but you are building.
Yes, I'm not
You're
denying
building,
building parts.
but you're but you agree with me that the building
I
happens.
have never I have
The building is what you do.
yeah, I have never said you will not build.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
are building.
you argue the point that I'm not disputing. I am not
No,
disputing
no,
the
no.
building.
You said so. What I said is that
Mhm,
that it, you have to be building.
mhm.
God is not going to be with you. So here, let me explain it in modern
Oh, no,
terms,
no, no,
right?
no, 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 no. What did you say again? Repeat what you said. It's kind of. It's not. I don't think I agree with
Okay,
the part.
Alex, let me translate it to your situation. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so if Muslims build a
Okay.
house, meaning
Okay.
take over Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria would fall into ruin,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If good Jew-loving Christians, right? It's very important, not the groupers, take over Nigeria,
I don't,
then Nigeria will be kept.
what do you mean by Jew loving Christians?
It's important condition.
Are there
This
Jew
is
here?
modern.
Jew
This
here?
is what it says. If Muslims take over Nigeria,
Okay.
Nigeria will fall to ruin because they don't have God, right?
Okay.
If
Okay.
Christians like the Igbo
Mm-hmm.
get their asses out of the couch, lift themselves up, take over Nigeria as they're supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
then Nigeria will be guarded.
That's a very interesting interpretation. When you now,
No, that's it. Literally what it says.
okay, but then you read verse
But
2.
but uh,
Wait,
but
wait,
but I just read it for you in a language you
wait
understand.
now. Then you read the verse
Because
2.
because I'll tell you why it's hard to translate.
Let the verse 2. Let's just if we are done with the verse 2. But I say when you look at verse 2, that's
No,
very
we're not done. It's important you understand the verse.
yeah, I'm saying when
It
you read
says,
verse 2, you
if the
understand.
Igbo people would take their asses off the couch
We are
and
not
build Nigeria, God is gonna be with them and it's not gonna be in vain. If the
I
Muslims do that, it's gonna be scorched earth. It's literally that is what it says. I speak Hebrew. You don't trust me?
I trust shabab.org.
Okay, good. That's what it says. So we understand what it says.
All right. I said verse 2 says, it is vain for you. Listen to verse 2. It is
Oh,
vain
oh,
to rise
you
early
think I don't
and
speak
stop
what?
late. I'm not saying you don't speak it. I'm saying I trust shabab.org. That's all I say. I said
Oh, okay,
I should
it's
not trust shabab.org. It said
how
it
does
is
this share it with us? How does it
okay.
like?
You want me
How
to
does
share
it?
my screen?
Yes,
Uh,
share.
uh, give me a second. Let me see.
Here, I give you the. Where is
Uh,
the guests?
share screen.
Guests. Can you share?
Uh, let's see. Where is my shabab.org? All right. So this is shabab.org. I'm sharing this now. Is it bold enough? Can you see it?
Okay. See.
All right. So he said,
Right.
verse 2 said, it is futile. It is futile for you to rise early. It is futile for you who rise early.
That's the wrong verse. You were
Late,
reading the
who
first
eat
one.
the bread of foil. So will God give to one who banishes sleep from himself. But
What?
here's the funny part. If you read it in, do you know, I don't know if I'm sharing this one with you guys now. I'm not. I've
All
gone out
right.
from
It's the first one. Okay.
Okay, the first one says, it is futile for you to who rise early, who sit late, who eat the bread of toil. So will the Lord give to the one who banishes sleep from himself.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds weird, but if you read it in King James, for example, or you read it in NIV, the ones that I was reading earlier, this is how it reads. It says, verse 2 says, sorry, let me get it. Verse 2 says, sorry, it's taking a while. It is vain to rise up early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Or, as King James would say, but he gives his beloved sleep.
What is Ephraim?
This is how King James, let me read it again, King James. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrow, for so he gives his beloved sleep. And the for so is not even there. It's just translations that the translators that added it. So if you want to read it without the translators added word, it will read, it is vain to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrow.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything about sleep. It's such a weird sentence though. Can I like translate it to you like literally?
Yeah, try.
It is in vain those who rise early after the Sabbath, those who eat the bread of annoyance.
Okay. Yeah, it says the bread of toil.
Because that, but because it will because it will make you hate your friends.
Yeah, that's kind of like a weird statement.
No, it means like those who that it kind of sounds like it's such a weird sentence, but
Yeah, it's really weird. It's a weird. Yeah,
that
even this
like
translation, I saw it in another Jewish teaching that said, "You who rise early, who eat the bread of sorrow, will be given to your friends who hate you."
no, it's like you rise early and you start working, and what happens is that you're bitter because you are the one that woke up early, and then you eat bread, and it's like you are bitter when you eat it, so you start hating your friends.
Okay. Weird distance. So if you connect that with the first,
It's such a weird sentence. I have no idea what the
exactly. But at the end of the day, I think the point both of us are trying to make is, or the point you are trying to make is, I don't know if I can
yeah.
stop my screen now. Can I stop?
It's just a very poetic. It's hard to understand.
Yeah. I don't know why.
But
Okay. Yeah.
like here's the thing, like the first part, right? Like it says like Leuven, like it's like it's like the literal translation is if God, a house will not be built in vain.
So with God, a house will not be built in vain. Kind of.
If God, it's a condition. It's a weird Hebrew, I'm telling you.
Yeah, even
If
if you
God,
say,
it's a condition.
yeah, you can still say it as with God and it will still be a condition. So I'm just saying, I know it's if God, but if you
Yeah,
replace,
well, you can say with God, but the point is that yeah, it's like the Hebrew is not like our modern Hebrew. I agree.
I
No,
guess
it means with, but like I said with in the beginning, this is what I said, with God, a house will not like you the work that you work so hard to build a house is not going to be in vain. This is what I said in the beginning. For some reason, you didn't like it, but
I
so
do
I'm
like it.
telling you
I do like
another
it.
way to read it
What you're
is
trying to make with
instead
it.
of saying with God is if God, but it's the same meaning,
It's the same
right?
meaning. And the point we are trying to make at the end of the day is
Anyway, you are if
with
so
God is the
basically for every intent and purposes, this is what it says.
okay. I agree with you. I do not
If
dispute.
the Igbo is gonna fucking raise up from their chairs and their butts to get their butts off the couch and
Mm-hmm.
start building Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will not be in vain. If the
Yeah.
Muslims take over Nigeria, Nigeria will fall apart. This is
Can I,
literally what
can
it
I
says.
tell you
Okay,
something as a Nigerian?
does
Can I
it
tell you
make sense to you now?
Yeah, I do. Can I tell you something as a Nigerian?
Yeah.
If you tell an Igbo person this, they are going to be very angry with you. Do you know why?
This is why you get genocided because you're
No,
idiots.
but do you know why they'll be very angry with you if you tell them this?
Hmm.
Because Igbos are literally building this nation.
Yeah, that's why I say you're idiots.
Okay, we are idiots. We take it in good
Yeah.
faith.
But
We
it
are
says
like,
by the
yeah,
way, because it says here that
yes.
you're not it's your job is not only to build it, but also to guard it. It's the
Okay.
continuation of it.
Yeah, the
You
garden.
also have you don't only have to build it, you also have to guard it.
Yeah,
You
the
cannot
garden.
do 50% of the job. You don't need
Yeah, the
gardening.
garden part is the problem because they will not let us guard it. And anytime you try to guard
No,
it,
no,
they
no,
will.
no, no, no. So it says first guard it, then God is gonna be with you. So
Yeah,
first, so if somebody, so here, let me explain. All right,
what
all
make
right. Okay, okay.
wait
Let me
now?
explain in a way that you can understand. It's
Can I
very
can I can I
important.
can I can
Okay.
I get what?
No, no, you cannot. I need to
My
explain
lord,
it,
if I
and then
may,
you can, and
if
then
I
you can have. I'm sorry. Like, no, this is important, and then after that, you can have your excuses. Okay.
if I may, my lord,
Okay.
my lord,
Can I second? Can I 1 second? All right.
go
If
ahead.
somebody comes to Igbo villages and takes away their arms,
Okay, they haven't,
you
but if
shoot them, and then God will be with you, because it's you understand what I'm you're doing your guard job, and God is with you,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
miracles would happen.
Do you know why I'm laughing? I'm like, yeah, they did that to that Samba. They did that in that and they got genocided. They did that in that Samba.
So you
And
need to do it smart. You need to unite properly,
and the Jewish people
shoot
united.
together.
And the Jewish people united.
Yeah, I mean the Jewish people were not united when the you know how long it's crazy how long the Warsaw Ghetto um, rebellion lasted. It's crazy how long when they finally started like fought back. You need to do you know it's like you cannot do half-ass job as well. It's like you can't sit half-ass on the couch.
I get what you are saying. I really,
Mm.
I get where you're coming from, but
So now the
I,
Igbo should needed to take over Nigeria. It's your job. That's what, and
no,
then God will help you.
I don't. Please, Indie Igbo, don't go and take over Nigeria. The last time they accused, not that you people took over the country, but they accused you people of taking over the country. It didn't go well. Okay, so the
Okay, they were accused, but did they try to take over the country?
did they didn't even what they were even trying to
Like,
do.
what was it? Just is this an accusation without truth or with truth?
So what happened was during the January coup of 1966, what happened was that the coup plotters were majority Igbos, right? There were the five majors who took out the coup. Four of them were Igbos, one was a Yoruba man, and most of the people who were
And who
killed.
was the Yoruba man? Was he Muslim?
No, he wasn't Muslim.
Okay, so they were all Christian.
So
Okay.
yeah, they were all Christians for the most part. So
Mm.
the people that were killed were mostly people from the north. They killed.
No. But who tried to take over?
Yeah, the coup failed. So you need to understand that the coup failed. It wasn't a
So they're
successful.
not. So it's not fake. There was a coup.
Yeah, there was a coup. It wasn't like there was the problem. The question is, was it an Igbo coup? And when they say Igbo
Okay.
coup, was it a move by the Igbos to dominate the country? But
Okay.
from testimonies
It
we've
was.
had,
So you're saying it was not.
it was not. It was yes, the
So
Igbos.
this is the problem.
Okay,
This is
the
what I'm
problem
saying.
is that we did not.
No, because you didn't have God with you.
Okay, so we didn't have God with us. That's why we didn't succeed.
Yes,
But if
that's
we
the condition.
okay, but if we act, then God is going to be with us. Do you see how? This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing.
No. So if
God
you do it in the name of God, like in the name of God, if for the betterment of Nigeria,
yeah,
for life.
it was done for the betterment of Nigeria. It was done to address the Nigeria back then was extremely dealing with corruption, dealing with nepotism, and there was also the threat of a jihad that was coming back then. And the coup plotters thought that they were trying to prevent it. They gave all these reasons. They had good reasons. None of the coup plotters benefited from the coup. In fact, their plan wasn't even to benefit from the coup. They weren't even going to install an Igbo man when the coup was over. They wanted to put a Yoruba man, Awolowo, in charge if the coup was successful. They didn't even plan on killing the people.
Who did they want to put in charge?
A Yoruba man.
Who was what? A man of God?
He's not a man of God. He's a Yoruba man, and he's not a Muslim.
No. But was he a man of God? Did they want to put in charge somebody who would make?
Yeah, he's somebody who they felt would do better. Would do better than what they currently had. So he failed. The coup failed.
Okay, then try again.
Try again.
Yeah.
It's easy to say try again when you did not ask yourself, what is the result of that failure? The result of that failure was the pogroms. They failed at the massacre of 30,000 Igbos in northern Nigeria.
30,000.
30,000 as retaliation for the
How many Igbos are there?
There are millions.
Okay, so why are you crying? Small numbers.
We should try again. So maybe this time they'll get 50,000.
No. All I hear is crying baby.
You
need to take over Nigeria.
No, please.
I kick all the Muslims out to the sea. See how they can see.
That is going to be.
Somebody's like, why don't Igbo Jews move to Israel?
You don't have enough. You don't have population problem enough.
Because clearly they need some Jews there right now. Shana is saying 10 talents. You can't bury your talent in the dirt and expect the Lord to add onto you. Rebecca is right. Thank you. I love Shana because she says I'm right.
As if I'm disagreeing with that part. As if I'm disagreeing with that part. I'm saying the point I'm trying to explain to everyone is also to understand. Maybe you might not agree with it. You might say, "Oh, they can do something."
Listen, can you not see where it's going?
I can see where it's going. Everybody
can you not see? Do you think it's not gonna reach you?
I don't think it will not reach me.
You know it's gonna reach you, right?
I don't know what will happen, but if the trajectory continues, yes.
Right.
If it continues in this trajectory, yes. Will it continue?
They're gonna get you.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna get you. You just married. Do you want that for your kids?
No.
Exactly.
I'll finish my statements now. If the trajectory continues, yes.
Or is it gonna be more excuses?
No, calm down. Somebody said Mauritania, Frank. Will the trajectory continue? I don't think so. I don't believe so. In fact, I would say no.
Why? Delusional.
Probably. You can say that, but I don't think the trajectory will continue.
It's delusional.
You can call it that. But
I'm saying being experts in genocides comes in with much information. It's delusional.
All right.
It never stops.
Well, something stops it. We don't know what that will be. Yeah,
that's you understanding that you have to shoot them.
Okay.
But in an orderly, professional, good way.
Okay. We shoot them orderly and professionally. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, you need to here's the thing. The biggest thing is to realize, which is the same with Israel. We're gonna have another October 7th, I promise.
Okay, I want to ask you something. When Jews were scattered around the Arab world before the creation of the state of Israel, when they were in Libya, I guess they were in Libya, they were in Tunisia, they were in Egypt, they were in Yemen, they were in Iran. How were they fighting back? How were they doing the work and God being with them, or all the stuff you're talking about? How were they doing it, or they were not doing it? But God
they were doing that.
Right?
They were doing that, but not enough. So, for the record, in those countries that you mentioned, in the 16th century, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
90% of the Jews in the world lived in those countries.
Okay.
by the 20th centuries, by the 20th century, more than 90% of the Jews in the world didn't were out of those countries.
True. But during that period, from that period when they were in those countries, right? How were they able to survive? What kept them? Do you think it was just resilience, or do you think it was God?
No, they lived separately. They fought, and there are different ways on how they survived. But basically, like there were different. Like you have to understand, like during World War II, for example, like I think like third of Baghdad was Jewish.
Okay.
So it's like it wasn't like a small. So they were concentrated, right?
Okay.
They fought back as much as they could.
Okay. So how did they fight in Baghdad?
I mean, at some point they just listen. They fought, and they didn't fight, but in reality they died.
I'm not saying
there are no Jews in Iraq right now.
I agree with you.
And all the Iraqis are now chasing the Jews that left from Iraq to Israel. So
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I'm just saying, when you look at that, don't you see the hand of providence? That's the point I'm just saying. Don't you think?
I see a lot of the hand of idiocracy. Yes.
Okay, fine. Despite all the idiocracy, the people still survived. Why?
That's not survival. That's
okay, but the Jewish race in those places, for the time they were there, we are not like completely wiped out.
There is no more Jews.
Yeah, for the time they were there. The point is, the Jewish race has survived for a very long time. You are going to agree with me on that. More than many.
They were part of the government. They had a lot of different ways of surviving.
Fine, you can.
They fought, but in the end of the day, it was just slow death.
Okay, you can call it slow death, but some people died faster, and it wasn't because you guys were smarter than them. Or you think
who died faster? Who died faster?
There are many ethnic groups, or will I say racial groups, that existed in the past that we can't even point to now. Wouldn't you agree?
They're still, a lot of them are still there that people just don't know.
Okay, they don't know, so their identity is unknown. That's the point.
No, they know. Like the Yazidis. The Yazidis sprout of nowhere.
I'm not
the
talking
Alawites, the Assyrians, the Zoroastrians, they all still exist. You know that.
They're like the biblical Palestine, not Palestine, Philistines, for example. Where are they now?
I mean, it was never like they existed.
So they never existed.
I mean, there are no, they never existed in big numbers. It's like here's the thing, right? What do you mean by surviving, right?
Is that you supposed to stand the test of time, the test of time. I say the test of time. The test of time.
The test of time, it depends on ideology.
Okay, I don't understand.
So it's a survival of ideology, not of the people themselves.
Okay. So, but
if it
of the ethnicity, but the survival of the
if Jews survived, there should have been 1 billion Jews right now.
Okay, so you consider that the existence of Jews currently, because of the millions that exist, therefore people did not survive. Is that what you're saying?
The majority didn't survive, yes.
Yeah, but the people, as a people, they still survived.
The ideology survived through the people, and it was hanging. And they moved from place to place.
Okay.
They kept the Torah, right? The Torah is what kept the Jews. That's the condition.
All right. Anyways, I believe
it's a question of if Christianity still survived, right? There are a lot of ideologies that didn't survive the test of time because they weren't strong ideologies to begin with.
All right.
It's not like somebody fought to make them survive.
All right. So you believe that the reason why the Jewish ideology survived is because it's a strong ideology?
Because people were clinging to it, yes.
Okay. All right. I believe it's because of the God of the ideology, is the
But
true
it's like you can think like a lot of people joined the Jewish people as well, right? Because they found it attractive. Different times, like people thought, okay, we like it, we don't like it. It's complex.
So why do you think Islam has been going on for so long?
Oh,
Is it
because it was
because God is with them?
no,
Okay, why? Because the devil is with them.
no.
Okay. Anyways, I say all of that to say God is going to deliver his people. Sometimes he does that by arming them, and sometimes he does that by them doing absolutely, and I repeat, absolutely nothing.
When did God deliver anyone when they did nothing? When?
Oh, I remember this story. There's this story in the scripture. I've forgotten the king. Is it King Jehoshaphat? I'm not sure now. Where the army had to just go on with tambourines and stuff like that. There is also this case with Isaiah where the children of Israel were like surrounded for years and there was like famine in the land and people were
Yeah,
killing.
but they died.
Yeah. And then the prophet said, by this time tomorrow, you're going to have food. And they did virtually nothing. God can deliver with 1,000. God can deliver
Yeah,
with
they
100.
started eating each other. That's food.
Wait now. God can deliver with 1,000. God can deliver with 100. And God can deliver with absolutely nothing. He is the Lord God of hosts. There is nothing impossible for him.
I think it's a misreading to think that these people didn't have something that they did to get
Yeah,
food.
well, if yours the scripture that you believe, so if you can find somewhere in that
No,
story,
but it's like it's just you can't read it like that.
okay, that's what I'm saying. You read it like that. But if you can find where in that story that they did something, maybe you can convince me. But I believe I'm not saying that people should not do anything, but I also believe
Listen, things happen sometimes, right? But statistically speaking, right? If you look at the numbers, you can take a
you
case
ask.
here, a case there, right?
Yeah.
But
I get it.
if you look at it like in a
The point is,
continuum,
yeah, the point is you asked me. Have there been give me one example where that happened? And I just gave you one. In fact, I gave you two,
right?
but you say the other one they sang. But
Let's
this one
okay.
did literally nothing. So that's what I'm saying. That's there are instances where God delivered people and all the, you know, uh
Yeah, I also was hungry in the street, and then God gave me 100. Like if I found money, and then I could buy food. Like God also helped me like that. But most of the time, He makes me work for my money.
yeah, I'm not saying people should not work.
So just because God, like I encountered 20 shekels on the street, doesn't mean that God is like delivering me every time I'm hungry if I'm pray. Most of the time, it's kind of, you know what? Like I see you've been working hard. Here's a 20 shekel for a little bit of encouragement. But then the rest of the time, it's just work.
Yeah, what sometimes you
No
just have
work, no money. That's what it
no,
says.
yeah, but sometimes you find yourself in the Exodus 14:14 situation. The Lord will fight for you and you shall hold your peace. You know, sometimes that's how it happens. He's the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies.
Why would God would deliver anyone who doesn't want to get off its couch?
I'm not saying people are not going to get off their couch. Sometimes you make it look like I'm saying you do literally nothing. I'm saying there are instances in life, whether people you
No,
want
it's
to
just
accept it or not. I'm coming. Whether you want to accept it or not, there are instances in life where people can do nothing.
it's true. It's true.
Exactly. There are instances. Paul and Silas were in prison. I know you don't believe the New Testament,
But
but Paul
did you really try everything?
I'm coming now. Paul and Silas, but if people have died because of this thing, people have tried trying to change this nation. And
Okay, then you try again and again and again because you don't have a choice.
yes. I'm not saying that people have not. You may not have. There's one that happened as recent as 2020. That was 5 years ago. People went out to protest in Nigeria. It was a protest, and the government opened fire and killed all the protesters.
Who goes to protest with like that?
Okay, now you are blaming the protesters for how they protested. Like everything
Yeah.
is you guys should have gone a
I mean,
different.
I'm sorry because if you use your logic, Israel should have folded after October 7th.
How were they supposed to know that a very this look? I am not when I say it was a peaceful protest. I'm not talking American style peaceful protest where buildings are burning. No, that was not what happened. It was a
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
yeah.
A lot of ducks went out in orderly fashion into the shooting range.
Yes, they took off they turned
But
off.
do ducks not know their food?
It wasn't ducks. They didn't use ducks. It was just
No, what the people were the ducks.
okay, we are the ducks.
No, seriously.
They didn't even expect it. Nobody thought it was ever going to happen. It was
So
something
you
that
know what the first thing you need to do is to understand the enemy.
okay.
Listen, Israel, if not even Israelis manage to understand the enemy, it's hard.
Okay. You know that the enemy in this situation is your government, right? And it's not just the
No.
government. Yeah, it's your
Oh, in your case, yes, 100%.
okay. So it's not just people in the north. You are looking at it like, oh,
But don't you have a separate government, the Igbos?
no, it's not. That's the thing. It doesn't
Like
work.
it's a state or something.
People have Igbos have state, but how do I put it? Sometimes even the people that you are fighting are your own people. You don't understand.
But that's the thing. That's exactly it. This is why, even in Israel, right? Why didn't we finish off Hamas? A lot of it is because some people just need another October 7th to learn. I'm sorry, but it's like.
So at the end of the day, we both find ourselves having to, have our
Fight
hands.
our own. In the end of the day, it's like you have to, first of all, convince your own to do the right thing.
Amongst other things. And while you are waiting to convince your own people, the people you want to fight are already coming at you. So you see that you have enemies.
No, well, here's the thing. You have a platform?
I do. That's on YouTube.
No, but when you talk about like the situation of Christians,
no, nobody pays attention to me. There are people. In fact, nobody pays attention. Everybody talks, but I mean, what is talking?
Yeah. It's not as it's somebody. It's just that somebody needs to say that. For a long time, nobody's gonna listen to you. That's the truth.
Yep. And if you speak,
somebody needs to say that.
I don't know if you know of Nnamdi Kanu, somebody who tried to speak up, and he has been sentenced to life imprisonment by the state.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And Charlie Kirk was shot. Should have not have.
People are speaking up. People are trying to do things. Some are doing this. Every way you try, every way you turn, you get people who are trying to.
I know. Okay, so,
at the end,
but it's in the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day,
in the end of the day, dying by the hands of Muslim is the worst.
True, but God is going to deliver people.
No, God is not going to deliver anyone.
So God does not deliver anyone.
Try.
You're making it look like Nigeria. I've given you instances upon instances of Nigerians.
Here's the thing what you need to know. God is going to be with you.
You said?
God is going to be with you.
Okay.
But God is not just an invisible entity. God is law.
Okay.
Right? God is the commandments. God is the action.
All right.
Jesus spoke when Jesus got up and talked and took over the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
You say you're Christian, you want to be Jesus-like. Is not your religion? What it's about?
Yeah, but how
if you don't act like Jesus?
So how did?
Jesus took over the Roman Empire.
Yeah, how did
one person who got crucified and died the most horrific way?
Yeah, is that not a miracle?
So here's the thing: you believe in God, right? Or Jesus? But you think that if you're not gonna follow Jesus, that you are really with God?
If you are missing the point entirely. You're missing the point, because this is what I think you are saying. Even though sometimes you what you say is changed depending on what I say, but it's the same thing you are saying. It's just you kind of reshape it every once in a while. If I give you instances of people trying and they fail, you say they are not being smart about it. If I say this happened and this happened, they say, okay, try again. And I'm like, I'm not saying.
No, I didn't say that they weren't smart about it. I just said that sometimes it's like
I'm coming. I give you another instance. You say, oh, they should try again, and I'm telling you, people are going to try again, and then people are still trying,
and they're gonna get killed again and again and again and again.
And then I'm telling you that at the end of the day, something change is going to come from above, right? No. Wait, I'm coming. And then you say, no, God, how God works is where you walk. And I'm saying, yeah, people are working. So we're expecting God to work with us. And then you're like, oh, no, God is working when you are succeeding. And I'm like, it's not always the case.
No, I didn't say that.
exactly. If God is working, it's not always when you are succeeding, and even when we are
Okay.
failing or seemingly look like we are failing, then God is still working with us. Therefore, we are going to be victorious at the end. We don't know how it will happen. We know what we are going to do.
You
We
know,
know what
but the condition was like
I'm coming. We know what our
if
matching.
God and you work hard,
Mm-hmm.
but the condition was like the condition was on the negative. It was like if you're not with God, you're
Mm-hmm.
building in vain. But
Okay.
there is no opposite promise. It doesn't say that if you're
With God, you are okay. I hear
then
you.
it does.
I hear.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
hear you. I hear you. But the point I'm trying to make is then in all this in all our conversation, you brought up the Roman Empire and how Christianity took over the Roman Empire, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so what was the action of the Christians that led to that? Wasn't it a
Oh, they got crucified in droves for decades, for
that
centuries
was what and
until
that
they
was
took
what
over.
yeah, and that's what made
Here's
Constantine.
what they did. They adopted the babies, the
I'm coming.
orphans.
I'm
They
coming.
grew children. They took
I'm
the
coming.
woman.
I'm coming.
They
Was that
created
what made
a
was that what
system,
made Constantine to say, okay, you know what, we are no
and
longer.
they died in crazy
I'm,
numbers.
I'm asking you a very simple question, but you are bringing
And
up
then they kept preaching and never gave up.
and nobody is stopping preaching in the north. Even in the north, there are Christians right now that are still preaching the gospel.
Okay, you have
Even
to preach, but you also need to have a sword. Jesus said you have to carry a
and
sword,
there are
didn't he?
pastors that are strapped in northern
So
Nigeria.
if somebody okay, if Jesus said to carry a sword, did Jesus say that, yes or no?
I'm saying that there are pastors in Nigeria that are strapped. Didn't you hear that part?
I'm just saying, oh yeah, 100%, that's good. But Jesus
Good.
said
So
carry a
the point
sword,
I'm trying
right?
to make at the end of the day, the point
Wait, wait, wait. Jesus said carry a sword.
yes. Is that how Christianity took over the Roman
So
Empire?
if you give up on your sword, you stop following
Is
Jesus.
that
That's what
the
I'm saying.
question? Is that how Christianity took over the Roman Empire? By the sword? It's a simple
Yeah,
question. Which
yeah,
who fought?
yeah.
Which sword led to the Roman Empire becoming the Holy Roman Empire?
I
Which
mean,
war, which battle was that battle, that defining battle that made the Roman Empire go from the Roman Empire, the pagan Roman Empire, to the Holy Roman Empire? Which battle was that?
the Roman Empire was falling apart. What do you mean? It was like
It
all
was.
over.
It was. It's true. It was. But it went
Mhm.
from a pagan kingdom
And
to
then
the.
it still fell apart. It didn't, like,
You said.
honestly.
You
It
said.
still fell apart anyway. So
Yes, and Christianity spread to every part of Western Europe, and it didn't do so by the sword, did it?
hmm?
Yeah, I said, and Christianity spread across Western Europe, and it did not do so by the sword, did it?
They definitely carried a sword.
Did it do so? I love having conversation with you. Every once in a while you remind me of that I'm talking to a Jewish woman.
I just
Anyway,
don't know what do you want? Like it's
you ask
like I'm just saying, okay?
once, you ask me what do I want. You're the one who have been pounding me, and then you ask,
Honestly, to me, it's just funny. I don't know what we're arguing about.
yeah,
My main argument is that dying by Muslims sucks.
it does. It
And so
does.
every other kind of death is better. So I don't see the problem.
Okay.
I just like this is where my argument was. It's like, yeah,
All right. All right.
better die trying.
Let's agree to disagree. Anyways, at the end of the day, we've talked about what is
So you
happening.
do think dying by Muslims is better? That's what you're saying. Than
There's
trying
something we say in
and
Nigeria.
dying trying.
There's something we say in Nigeria. Should I tell you what we say in Nigeria? Should
Well,
I tell
it's your country, right? Dear
you?
Igbos, take it back.
I'll say it the way Nigerians say it. It's pidgin English, so I'll say it in pidgin English. We say die not die. Do you know what that means?
Mm-mm.
Death is death.
Yeah. Oh no. There is death. There is. It's not the same.
Okay.
Mm-mm. I
Well,
100% disagree.
all right.
And you should watch how different death could be.
Okay.
It's very inspiring.
Mm.
There were so many people on October 7th begging to die, begging, just kill me, please.
It's true.
It's not the same.
All right.
That not all death is death. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. Good night.
All right.
I hope you had good
Yeah,
amount of
I hope
nightmares
the debate
and
was
bad
interesting.
dreams.
Yeah, I hope the debate part was the most was the most interesting part of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed that part. Uh, so yeah, that is essentially what but I hope it doesn't overshadow the realization of the situation that is going on in Nigeria. So everyone who is looking from the outside in can perfectly understand what the Nigerian population, especially the Christian
Right.
population, not even the
So
parts.
what I'm saying for those outside, give the Igbos weapons and bomb the Muslims.
Yes, I guess give the Igbos, well, not the Igbos, just give, because if they've not gotten to my side, give the
Come on,
armed.
I don't feel like trying to figure out what's going on in Nigeria. It sounds like the Igbos are fine. Let's start with.
Just this is what I just want people to understand the nature of what is going on, so that when conversations are being had about this, when you hear people like Nicki Minaj talk about it, when you hear people react to her, when you hear all the conversations that go on, who knows how much of a conversation is going to take place subsequently, but whatever it is that happens, when you see all of that, you will not be ignorant, you will not be confused, and you will not allow
Yeah, yeah.
propagandists confuse you. I think that is one
Oh yeah,
one
and everything that we just said right now is also true for Minnesota, New York, and every place a Muslim comes to.
Yes.
Better start now
Yeah. And
before
it's
you
also,
get to
yes,
when
exactly.
it's
It's also
hard.
something you need to recognize, that this is a pattern before it gets to where you are. So these are kind of like the points that I hope we can also take. And the most important point that I think, and even though it is a contested point, we contested for it for hours, is that it is God that is going to deliver his people. So any person, and I'm saying this because I don't want people to be without hope. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't want to be without hope, because as much as we need people to fight, but people who will fight are people who have hope. Okay. And one of the hope
True,
that I want,
100%.
okay, so one of the hope that I want people to have, especially if you're in Nigeria and you're watching this, or if you're somebody who is concerned about what is happening in Nigeria, is that God is with us. Okay.
100%. I say that too.
Rebecca,
You're the one arguing with me.
let me finish my let me finish my Jesus Christ. I can't even make a closing remark in peace.
It's
Allow me
my
to
show.
There's something we say in Nigeria. Allow me to drink water and keep the cup before you start. Just let me drink the water and keep the cup. God is with us, okay? And as long as
Mhm,
God is with us, as long as
mhm,
God is with us, we will not
mhm.
fail, okay? God is
Yes,
going to deliver his people. God knows
yes.
how
Even if
to.
you go by the shadow, like in the valley of the shadow of death. Yes. Mhm. Continue, sir.
The person who is my hype woman.
I'm
Anyways,
cheering you on.
I'm feeling the cheer. My cheerleader is going, is on fire. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, yes, God is with us, and God is going to deliver his own people, and you should
Mhm,
pray for
mhm,
us. Okay, if you're a believer, you're watching this, you should pray for us. Pray for Nigerian Christians. Keep them in your
mhm,
prayers
mhm,
as
mhm.
much as
Yes.
you can. Pray for us. And if
And better than that, arrange public prayers with a lot of people. And here's the prayer, what the prayer needs to say, and pray very hard and very loudly so the people in governments everywhere around the world could hear you. Let the Igbo take over Nigeria.
please
Amen.
don't pray so that the government will hear you. Pray so that the governor of heaven will hear you. Okay.
Yes. Let or be smart
And
about it. Be like,
and
let
it's
those who actually built up Nigeria get it back.
all
Amen.
right. So that is all my statement. I
And
think
pray hard and loudly in the middle of the street so everybody could hear you and join you.
exactly that part as well. That part. All right. Just don't do it in history.
Not at home when you're alone. Nobody cares about that. Okay.
Nobody cares about.
God loves displays of power. It like God's 10 men shouting at least.
Do you know what I'm laughing? There is a passage in the New Testament that actually condemns the very thing you just said.
I just said condemns.
Yes, Jesus said, when you pray, don't be like the Pharisees and the hypocrites who love to pray.
No, you're confusing again.
But let's not get into the argument. If not, this
You're
live stream.
confusing again. These are different types of prayers.
So the comment to hear. Anyways, it was fun. It was fun. This is fun. I hope everybody's entertained and informed.
And I'm always saying that, just so you know, we're gonna take Nigeria back. Make
One
Nigeria
evil man
great.
at a time.
Hmm?
He said? I said one armed Igbo man at a time, I guess.
I don't
You said we're
understand
going
that
to take
one.
Nigeria back, and I said one armed Igbo man at a time. Do you understand now?
Oh yeah. That's how you need to go about it. Exactly. That should be the Nigerian prayer inside of one armed Igbo man at a time. Let that be the slogan. I love that actually. Oh my
Alhamdulillah.
God, print it everywhere.
You want this?
And if they're so Christian, just remember that Jesus
You know
said
what?
you need to have a sword.
Nigeria, the reason why I'm laughing is
And
that
it's I want everywhere there'd be a huge poster saying you're not a Christian if you don't carry a sword. Jesus.
we can even do Christ is King while we're at it.
I don't know what Christ is King is gonna help you.
I mean, since we want to go crazy, we can always. Christ is King is not a crazy
You can
statement.
shout Christ is King when you use the
Yeah.
sword.
Yes.
I allow that.
All right. All right.
Hmm?
All right. We have gone 3 hours, Rebecca. Is there any other thing you want to ask or anything you want me to say?
Oh no, that's it. My camera went.
You
So
see, your
that's
camera,
it. Tired.
you see?
Got tired.
All
Okay,
right.
everybody.
All right. So that's your quiet. Is there any other thing we want to say? Or should I tell people bye? Should I give a closing remark so we can end
No,
the
I
show?
just want to say we're with you.
Okay, thank you.
You're not alone.
It means a lot. Thank you so much.
And I know like a lot of people would like to point out that like I've been less in the sun than you,
Mm-hmm.
for example, but I tell you it doesn't matter. We're in the same boat.
We are dealing with the same enemies. Yeah,
And
100%.
some people even say we're different genders. But I'm telling you, it matters not.
What is gender at the end of the day?
When you fight Islam, it doesn't matter. They rape everybody.
Yeah, true. True.
The great equalizer.
They
Oh.
equalize people more than the law. You know, if they say everybody is equal before the law, before Islam, everyone is equal.
All right, exactly. Smash the like or the left wins. Smash the like button or Islam takes over your butt. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Was
Are
fun.
you all right? Surviving? Stay strong.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca, for having me. I really appreciate it. This was fun. This was mentally tasking and it was fun. Thank you.
It's nothing compared to
It's nothing compared to what Muslims can
but you
do.
know the sentence like hard in training is in battle.
You said?
There is
I think.
a in Hebrew. You don't know, like in Hebrew, we have this. I don't know if it's global. It's like it's hard in training is in battle.
Oh, in battle. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
100.
global, right? I think it's English, whatever. Okay, everybody.
Bye.